Hi everyone. Nice to hi all. How is everyone doing today? So I've got everything kind of out at the moment. I'm going to run through what we're doing and hopefully what we can get done today. I want to finish this off, then start a forest girl, and then I'm going to run you through what's going to be happening on Cozy Colouring Night and see where we get from there. So hello to everyone that's joining me. Hi Ian. Live chat. Hi G girl. I'll let everyone, as I usually do, come in the beginning. Hi Louise. Hi Loretta. So if you're watching this on playback, I usually say hello to everyone. So I'll be here for a minute just saying my hellos. Oh my goodness. Melody and Desiree, why are you not in bed, both of you? Hi, Melody. Hi, Desiree. Hi, Jamie Francolors. Hi, Lou. Hi, Kev. Desiree. Right, for everyone in chat, Desiree has been up all night. Hi, Francis. Hi, Di. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Stevie. Huge hello. Hiya. Hiya, Pickle. Oh, thank you, Louise. Hi, Joey. Good afternoon. Well, good morning to a lot of you, but it's the afternoon for me. So I am going to be finishing this first. However, I have put out, guys, Halloween today. Halloween is in the house. Let me quickly show you on my phone. I have put Halloween up. So let me show you quickly. Let's show you. So we got, I don't know if you guys can see, but on my fireplace I've put like a spider web, and there's like ghosts on the floor, and like a skull, and then like at Buzz's, this is Buzz's Viv, and there's like a pumpkin, and then and then behind me where I sit I've put like a string of skeletons. So we have Halloween in the house. Halloween's in the house. So at the table I've got like this little black cat thing, which is just a soft toy, but the rest of it I had to put up some Halloween to make it feel Halloweeny. The reason why these are out is the background here, you know, these parts, I really want them shiny. You know, on her I want them shiny. So I'm thinking about doing them in the Fine Tech Gold or like the pumpkin orange type colour, which I think is in this one. So it is golden orange, which is this one here. It's either going to be one of two. So I'm thinking about doing those on there. So we will see how that goes. Hi to everyone. Hi, Becca. So shiny. Yeah, it's going to be super shiny. Oh, let me show you how shiny my new case is. So I bought a new case for the Supracolours. This is a chip. No one needs to. Look how shiny this is, guys. This is like one of those holographic things. And it's got enough room for eventually I'm going to get the, you know, the 30 edition set. But these are the Supracolours all fitted in there. But this is super shiny. Hi, Hope. Hi, Mum. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Robin. Hi, Lisa. Look how shiny this is. It is like in your face shiny. I know. It's amazing. It fits a lot in there as well. So that is on Amazon. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Linda. Hi, everyone. Huge welcome. Good afternoon to you all. So, yeah, I thought that would be super. Oh, there's me shaking the camera again. I thought that you would like that. It's really, really, really impressive. Hi, Hope. I know it's cool. It's cool. How is everyone? Before I continue, how are you all doing? Hi, SMC. Thank you, my dear. So I'm going to run you through my plans. This is today. If I have enough time, I want to go on to the Forest Girl 2. I'm going to try and turn the lighting down. Give me a second. Let me muck around with the lighting. So I was thinking about, I've got all sort of planned out. It would be this one, and now it's gone dark. No, now it goes dark. This camera just wants to do its own thing. Now it's gone dark. There we go. So hold on, guys. I have to like come up. for it to focus and then back down again. Hopefully that will do it this time around. Yep, that will do it. Hi, May. Hi, Ashley. Hi, everyone. So I'm going to do this one, and this is going to be with Supracolours. May's just started in this as well. So it's just the settings, Desiree. It's just, honestly, it's just these. It's because the different papers it reacts to, because I had the colours and now I've put white in the camera, so it does that. Hi, Rebecca. Hi, everyone. So is the sound okay for everyone? Just making sure. Is my sound, Rebecca, is it okay before I continue? Because I'm going to run you through. Yeah? Okay, perfect. So this will be the next picture. This will be in parts. And then on Cozy Colouring Night, which is on, when's Cozy Colouring Night? 13th, with Jen, this Saturday, I'm going to be doing this with the Pan Pastels. 1 minute, if I can get it. This one. So I'm going to do this one with the Pan Pastels and Prismacolor pencils. Oh, okay, sorry, Rebecca. Yeah, hi, Lynette. So this is going to be Saturday. We're going to try and do as much of this as possible with the pans. There will be some pencil detailing, but for the most part, this will be Pan Pastels. Then this will be our next colour along, which is the Forest Girls 2, the premium edition that I did a flip through on one of the other streams. So I've put it there as the next colour along. So we've got this little girl amongst all the foliage, and I want to try and replicate this. Hi, everyone. Hi, Cheshire. Hi, anyone that I may have missed. Lynette, Ashley. That's okay. So everyone, this is the plans, but we need to finish this first. So they are what we're doing, so you know for the future. So in the future, in the near future, that's what we're going to be doing. So this is next. This is to finish next. So we've got the detailing at the bottom, and then we've got these shiny bits that we're going to do in the fine text. That's okay, Louise. You lurk away. Yeah, it's beautiful, Francis, isn't it? And it's perfect for the watercolours. May was showing on her stream, if you want to pop over to that, anyone that may have missed it. Hold on, guys. I'm being very organised, Pickle. I'm trying to get organised. I'm trying to get my tushy in gear. Hi, Chai. So we'll do this first, and that's what we're going to do. That is what we're going to do. So let's zoom in a bit. Let's adjust the lighting and bring that down. Hold on, that's going to flash that out, isn't it? So if I bring this, I'm going to bring the camera down, everyone. I'm just going to bring it down a bit, and we're going to adjust the lighting so we've got a good focus, okay? Just bear with me. Bear with me. We're going to do it this way. Okay. Then we'll adjust the lighting. Hi, Suzanne. That's my Ribena. How did you know? Yes, it is. Okay. So hold on. Hold on. We have to bring up and focus. That's it. Yeah, I got Ribena. I love my Ribena. It looks like wine, but it's not. I don't drink. You bought Serene. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. You're going to enjoy that. You will. I promise you. You shall. Absent without leave. What have I missed? Yeah, you got the Disney Kaleidoscope. Okay, so we're going to get on with the leaves. So we have got our colours that we've got swatched out already, because I'm trying to be organised, misorganisation. That is what I'm going to. You go ahead and lurk. I'm honestly so happy for you to be here, lurking or not. Hi, Joey. So I'm going to look at the greens. I don't think I want too bright greens, but I do quite like the evergreen. And I also like the apple green as a base. I'm thinking maybe I might do apple green base, but then I like leaf green as well. So there's quite a few greens that I'm thinking I like, but I don't want to go too dark because we've done dark on the others, and we went for like khaki and we went for olives. So along the lines of, I like the sap and maybe the apple green base. So if I come up, we've got this one here, apple green, which is OP251. This one here, this can be the base. And then I'm thinking that sap or leaf, these two here, maybe the sap green here, which is OP262. I'm going to go for those. So apple green and sap green. Let's get them. Apple. I've got that song in my head. You know that Apple Barnum jeans. Melody. Why are you sorry, Di? Why are you sorry? Oh, why is that gone again? Let's keep. Oh. There we go. All right, and then with sap. Where are you, sap? There you are. You're not hiding. Right, so let's sharpen these up. So how is everyone doing today? I hope you're all good. Oh, how lovely, Linda. He's out being a hero. So do you want me to zoom in a little bit more, or are you okay with the distance? Because you will see what I'm doing, or do you want to go in a little bit more? Yeah, boots with the fur. You're going to have that in your head all day now. You're going to have that in your head all day, Pickle. Seriously, it's one of those that sticks in your head. If I hear it, that's it. It's in my head all day. I wish him better, Chai. Is that you not feeling like, or your son? Everyone's, I'm sending a giant blanket hug to you all that need it right now. I've got that in my head. I'm going to be sitting singing it. You watch. I'm going to drive Andrew mad. Right, apple green. I'm just going to go down with that apple bottom green, not apple bottom jeans. He's popped out. He's going to get my prescription. Desiree, bless him. He's getting out and about a little bit more now. He's got out today. So those of you that were wondering how Andrew is, he has not been too. It hit him more emotionally, but he's all right. He's doing better. He's got a good head on him this time of like, get over this and get myself moving. So he's out and about today for the first day, which has given me a break and I can get on with things. You know, catch up with YouTube. I've got to catch up on my messenger, all of that. But yeah, he's much better. Thank you for asking. I'm going to bring the tripod down, everyone. So if you just go with the wiggle, because the tripod I have to do myself. So just go with the flow. I'm going to bring you over. And then, oh, we're gonna have a nightmare now. Hold on. There we go. We're all right now. There you go. So we've got the wiggle going on for a good reason, so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. All right, so let's try this again. We'll start again. We're going down with the apple green. We're going to unbrighten that so much. And before I put the other green down, I want this one quite bright green because, yes, leaves, you know, the rest of it we did in that olive, drab and olive. So we're going to go down with the bright green this time. Thank you, Di. Yeah, he is. He's one day at a time. I mean, he's on blood thinners now. So they need to disperse the clot. And, you know, it takes its time. You know, these things take time. You have to get medications in your system and you have to get things going. And then Sharon, who's mum too, she started a chemotherapy yesterday, bless her, to try and prolong her life a bit. And, you know, just positive vibes out there. That's it. You know, things will get good. So Andrew gets himself moving. He's one to sit around. So he's like, right, up and out. I'm like, go on then, bye. I also get a day to catch up with everything because it's fun non-stop. So yeah, that's it really. So thank you so much for all the positive wishes. It has meant a lot. So I'm wishing your son better, Chai. So gnomes in the neighbourhood. The Denise Clyte. Her book was released today. So those of you that pre-ordered it, your pre-orders should be on their way, shouldn't they? So that's quite exciting. And then Maria Troll's got a new book coming out. So has Hannah Carl's on. And apparently so has the lovely Camilla Di Erico next spring or summer. She's got one coming out as well. That's okay, May, you lurk and colour. So yeah, the lovely Camilla Di Erico said, yeah, spring, and then I think Hannah Carl's one's is spring or just after, probably about May, usually. So it's usually like April, May releases, aren't they? And then I believe that Camilla said that she is going to be doing another book, which is exciting. So I'm just with this going in. That's my lamp, if you're wondering what that noise is. Yep, Loretta, you've also got, hiya, Isabel. You're cooking. What are you cooking? Hi, Grace. I'm not sure she said cute. The word was cute. Camilla said she's got some cute drawings for her next book. Clara's is coming out this month. Thank you, Grace. How are you doing? Naughty Gnomes, Louise. They're supposed to be out today. Mine got dispatched, although it's coming from the US. You've got Clara's this month, and then you've got Camilla she said next spring, summer next year at some time. She hasn't given anywhere near an inclination of what date that will be. So that's exciting. I was really, really, really excited to hear that because they're all very top favourites of mine. Just waiting for the good old Nick to say something. Our good old favourite Mr. Nick Filbert needs to like, guys, there's a book out and it's going to be next week and I'll be on it. Yeah, woohoo! He is honestly, I love his stuff. So our good old friend Nick needs to release one soon, like Serene. That will be good. I'm just putting a base down of this. I'm not doing any shading with this one, but we come in with our shading with others. So these are the whole binds. As I said, this is Aeppol Green OP51. I was just about to say Apple Bottom Green. Oh, someone needs to just take me away. Oh, dearie me. I had a phone call this afternoon. Samantha, yeah? This is Olivia, her name was. This is Olivia from the Whittington Hospital. Where are you? Your appointment was at 1:30. I'm thinking, oh, my Lord. Hi, Randy. I'm thinking, I've never missed a hospital appointment in my entire life. I'm not like that. I'm always there. I did not know or remember that I was supposed to have the hospital today. So now I've got to wait for the new year. And I was supposed to have my bloods done and, you know, all of that. Oh, I felt so bad. I got in such a fluster. So I got that phone call not long ago. Samantha. I was like, oh, no. How ridiculously mushy-brained am I? I know. I know, right? My brain is not with it. So I said mush brain, absolute mush brain. Sort that out, Sam. Okay. Hi, Janet. Take care, Grace. Now I'm picking up my sap green. Now I'm going in with my shading. I think he's going to start barking. Andrew's back. Yeah. So we are going in with sap green. I don't know if you'll see it too much at the moment. So we're going in at the bottom and taking our pressure off to non-existent. So you're just having a little blend on it, not too much. It is easy to do SMC, you're right. Hold on. Hi, Beth. That's okay. Thanks for popping in. So I'm going to keep sort of to that pattern. Go from the top at a medium pressure out into nothing. Hello. Did you get my message? About the prescriptions? No. I did send it. Sausages, potatoes. Oh, nice. Markers and stickles. Sounds like a good day. Hi, Starbucks. And then this part here, I'm just going to go again quite hard and just blend that out into just a small amount. And I'm just going to continue that pattern as a little bit of pressure into nothing. And just fade it out. Fade that out and just keep with that pattern as you go. So as I said, this is sap green, and sap green's number is OP262. We have been used the whole binds the entire time. So we're going to speed this process up a little bit so that we can get these leaves done. Then we can do the fine tech, and then we can see what we can do with forest scale and get that all done. Oh, is that washing out again? Oh, yeah. My mum's 60th is on Thursday, so I won't be around Thursday, but I'll be back on Saturday. I wish him well, Di. Take care, Melody. Good night. Are you off to bed? I missed that. Did I miss that? Did Melody say she was off to bed? I just saw someone say good night to Melody. Okay, I'm going to try and bring that up in the screen a little bit. Okay, so I hope you can see what I'm doing, that I'm not, you know, just rubbing away and you can't see. So I'm just going to blend that out a bit and just continue with that pattern. And the good thing is, if you're picking out two greens, go for a light green or go for two greens that differ, you know, differ to each other so that you can see a difference in the lay down. That's just my opinion personally. Yeah, my mum's 60th on Thursday, so I won't be around Thursday. And then I'll be back Saturday, and it's cozy colouring night Saturday, which is exciting. So I'll be doing 3 to 4 hour stream. And we're going to do Pan Pastels and the Jasmine Beckett, which will be even more exciting. I'm so happy to get that stuck into those. And I can't show you my new things I got yesterday in the post. I ordered myself 3 packets of something. I can't show those because I got Mum them for her birthday, the exact same one, so it'll kind of ruin it. So I'll wait till Saturday. So I can't show you yet. Hiya, Muffy Cake Crafts. So yeah, we will do some fun over the next few streams. We've got quite a lot of like fun pictures and fun tools and fun things, and you know, these pencils and pan pastels and mediums and watercolors, and oh my goodness, you're just in heaven doing everything. You just want to get stuck into everything, don't you? Hiya, Fairy. So sticking with these 2 colours, we've got the Aeppol green base and the sap green shading on top to differ between the 2 greens and shade out. So we've got a difference in the greens, and it shows that it's apparent. We want it apparent. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Helly. Oh, you're 70th as well. Which one? What's your date, Di? I want to put it down. Hold on. I want to write it down so that we remember. So we got, let's put birthday here. We'll do birthday. You know what, guys? I want to do shout outs. So we'll do birthdays. Let's have a birthday list. So Di, let's have your birthday. You can chuck all your birthdays at me so I can give you shout outs on birthdays. I like to know. So Mum's is the 11th. Let's have a quick list. That's all right, Melody. I'm surprised that you're still awake. Bless you. You were knackered. 27th, Tanya is the 27th of February. And then Di is the 23rd. And yours is a big birthday, right? 70th. Okay, Randy. Oh, wait a minute. Pause. I can't get there. Hold on. Janet. Janet is January 15th. Muffy K. I have to put Muffy K because it's got a few Ks. Muffy K Crafts is 12th of August. Because I can give shout outs then. Randy is 4th of June. And then, oh my goodness, hold on. 4th of June, I'm trying to catch up. So we got Louise, David is December the 1st. Oh, yours is coming up then. And then you got Linda. You're the same as Di, Linda. You and Linda got the same birthday, 23rd. I'm going to put you both at the same day. I'm going to have to go back on this and do these. Rebecca Cox. We're going to have to do, oh my Lord. We got so many. Hold on. We are doing Serene. I'm just writing people's birthdays down so I know. Hope yours is on Friday. Where am I? Rebecca Cox is May 7th. You say the month before the date, we say the date, and then the month. Henny, hold on, we're going to write these down quickly. Is 16th September. Mona M is the 12th. Yours is coming up as well. And then Pamela Kane is November 4th. And yours. Pam Kane. God, I've got quite a few birthdays coming up then. I'm going to have to remember these. Okay. Is that all I've got up there? Take care, Isabel. So that's the ones we've got so far. I'll get more from you guys and then we can do shout outs on birthdays. Loretta, yours is June 17th. Yours is the day after my Andrew. No, sorry. He's July. There you go. See, this is what I mean. I need to look at people's more. I need to read. Loretta is 17th of June. Starbucks. Yours is coming up as well, Katrina. Starbucks is 8th of Jan. I will genuinely have this out and I'll have to remember. November. Katrina, our lovely Katrina, is 17th of November. And then G Girl is December 21st. Yours is next to Christmas. I bet that's a sucker because people don't want to, like, they'll try and combine your presents together. I always think that with people born in December. I'm like, I actually feel sorry for people born in December because you're going to get people saying, oh, but Christmas is so expensive. So we have to double your presents up. Kimberly, yours is the 30th of September. Oh, happy birthday for when it did go. Mine is the 22nd of April. I'm an April baby. So Kimberly James. Kim James is the 30th. Yeah, I'm going to be 32 next April. 21 forever. Okay, so as I was saying, I wanted to. I'll genuinely, you can tell me if in the comments, and I'll write them down. Yeah, 22nd. Sap green. We're still on sap green. It's funny because I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but like my 21st, I remember as vaguely as, like it was yesterday. And you think, 30 seems forever away. Then you hit 30s and then you're like, just these past sort of 10 years has just flown by. Flown like a ridiculous, crazy amount. And everyone's sort of now at that age in my, my friend circle, getting married and having children. And, I'm like, that's all next to come. And it's just, where did this all come upon me? What happened? I blinked and it sort of just happened. Is anyone else like that? Oh, your 30th next year. Oh, wow. You got your big one coming. You got any plans, Jodie? Got any plans for that? My 30th. What did I do for my 30th? I just went out for a meal because I wasn't actually in a very good place with my back and I couldn't really do anything. But for Andrew's 30th, I took him to Egypt. But he took us then for our anniversary. So, it swings and roundabouts. So we went twice. We've been 4 times, but we went twice that year. We went for Andrew's 30th, when he's 35 now, by the way. And then we went for our and it wasn't it, our anniversary that year. We've done 4. We've been to Egypt 4 times, but you can't fly there anymore because of the threat. So that's how that's going to look, which I think looks pretty okay. I know, you blink, don't blink, otherwise time goes. It's like, just don't blink. It's madness, I tell you. It's craziness. Okay, so we got Aeppol green again, 251. Where does time go? And I know people say that, and it's funny because when your parents say it when you're young, the world's your oyster when you're 10. You don't think of these things, and then now you know what you mean, especially when your parents say to you, money doesn't grow on trees. That's true. It's so true. So true. I'm just going to put that there a second, see if that, I don't know why it's flashing it out. Let's try and, I'm going to be one of those really annoying parents when I'm a parent, and I'm going to say the typical stuff to my children, like, you have to earn your keep, and you have to do things that, you won't like in life. And I'm going to be like that. I'm going to be one of those really annoying mums that says all the cliche stuff, and my child's going to be like, oh, Mum. And I always said I wouldn't be like, yeah, that just flies out the window. When you hit like this now and you realise, responsibilities and stuff, I'm going to be really one of those annoying mums. No, I really am. Like, especially when it comes to pocket money, you go and wash the car. Oh dear, this poor child of my future child that I'm planning, this poor child that will eventually happen, hopefully, will have, bless them, one of those really annoying parents in me. Okay, so I'm just going in with the Aeppol green. I'm going to try and I have to turn the brightness down a minute so you can see what I'm doing, because that side, for some reason, just seems to want to flash. I'm just going to have to just dial it down for a minute. Yeah, well, you live under my roof, you live under my rules. Yeah, I'm going to be one of them. I really will. No girlfriends, no boyfriends home after a certain hour. You wait for it. They're going to be like, oh, Mum. One day. No, as long as they're happy and they've got manners and they're healthy, you know, that's all I care about. Because one thing, since all this stuff with the back, you know, you realise what's really important, and health priority and happiness is priority. Yeah, because I said so. Why, Mum? Why? Because I said so, and that is it. It's Bible. It didn't, Mum. It didn't. I'm all right, I suppose. Yeah, that's it. You do hate it when you're small, I think. But I think when you get older, you realise why your parents say it. Okay, back to sap green. I have to do this at a darker... No, I haven't had any lunch. I'll have it after. No, it's fine. I will have a tea. Thank you. Love you. Okay, so back to sap green. And then I'm just kind of just carrying on that pattern. I just want it at the base of the leaves and sort of fade it out. And that's all I'm doing with that. And then we will get on some fine tech paints to this. And then we will get some watercolours out to Forest Scale. I think that's going to be a definite plan for today so that we know what we're doing. But yeah, Cozy Colouring Night, we're doing pan pastels and we're doing a Jasmine Beckett out of Jasmine Beckett Halloween. So if anyone wants to follow along, if you've got the pans, if not, you can do it in pencils. You know, you don't have to do whatever mediums you got. Follow along. But you're all looking forward to that. So it's just the idea is that you get cozy. You can colour anything you want. We have put it as a Halloween one, but it doesn't mean you have to colour Halloween. You can colour absolutely anything. So don't forget, I'll be streaming. Jen will be streaming. I'll be on my usual time, and then I'll direct you over to Jen's when I've finished. And then the whole point is you just get cozy. Just get cozy. Thank you, Katrina. So we're just doing this part, and then I'll put the brightness up. It's just because it washes out, because this side here just seems to, because it's bright white. And then we'll do some fine techs, and you'll see the fine tech paints, and they will be super shiny. So you were just putting some in there, just making sure that we've got those areas covered. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Okay, so I will put the brightness back up now. There you go. It's just for some reason wants to flash out, so we'll bring her down and round and over. Maybe we'll try this. Wait a minute. Let's try and adjust. Okay, so what I was thinking, I'm going to do it at an angle so you can see. These parts here, all these like ribbon type things, is going to be in the fine tech. So I'm thinking along the lines of, I'm just going to lift you up a minute. Sorry about my finger. I was thinking to do the... Stop shaking. Stop shaking the camera. That's it. So I'm thinking these are the pearl colours. I have done these on a string. They are the Colorio colours. Let me put these back and I shall show you. We all know them as fine tech paints. And they're amazing. They were originally designed for calligraphy, but you can use them in your colour books. So grab like if you need a cloth, and you need to obviously fill up your water brush. This one here, so I kept this palette. So this is the colours in this particular set, and I think this was the candy set, yeah. And this has got Stardust, Arabic Gold, Golden Orange, Pink, Apple Green again. There we go. We're back to the apple greens. And the Peacock Blue. So this is this particular set. And this one was already put out for you. Whereas I've made my other sets up. Like this one was a made-up one. And I stuck the stickers down when they came. And I did this with Fiji, Inca Gold, Moss Green, Mermaid, Silver, Grey and Red. And I bought those in singles. And you buy the palette. and you pop them in. They come out. So they're like this little circle. Let's turn that. No. So it's this little circle. It comes with this part that you put in there into the top. Oh, bless you, Tanya. Your acrylic painting at the moment sounds like so much fun, though. So these are singles. You buy these in singles off the Colorio website. You go into Google, just type in Colorio and you'll find them. They're fine tech paints, and you literally buy this. It's a really cheap little palette you can buy for them, and they pop in, and you know they're great. What noise do I have to do? I don't even know what noise I do. I don't even know what I'm doing. So I've got a couple of sets of these with what I've made up, and then I've got a double set, and I don't know the names of these because I was stupid and I forgot to remember to put these stickers on them, so I just have to do them when I try. Yeah, know how it goes. Have a go with these if you haven't. Oh, the woohoo! Oh, the woo! That one. Oh, so I'm just in a league of my own sometimes. So we're going to go for this one. Now, the thing is with the Colorio paint, you have to activate first, leave for a couple of minutes with water. So literally just put a little bit of water in it, and then just leave that to just wet up. I always keep just like most people do that do all the coloured watercolours and coloured paints and stuff. Usually and generally they have a paper towel or a cloth next to them, and it just means if you have too much water or something, you can just, you know, as you go along, you can wipe off at the same time. So it's handy. I just got one of those microfiber cloths and I just wash it out and reuse it again. So you've got to give these a minute before you apply them, because you've got to let the water activate. So just literally just leave it in the little palette as you're doing it and wait for a minute. So, you know, you don't have to wait too long, hopefully. That's tiredness, Desiree. So, sorry, I spilled my pencil shavings all over the bed. Then I knocked something onto the computer, turned it off, and then I had to clean up a mess before the computer could agree. It's tiredness. Desiree's done an all-nighter. She's not been to bed. Well, she's in bed. She's not slept. Okay, so if I get a piece of paper, this is my testing book. This one. I bought this just for doing testing. And it literally is just a testing book. Some of the pictures I might do, but for the most part, it's just like I bought this to do testing of skin tones and just watercolours and anything and everything. I just did it as a testing book. So I just want to test that it's the right thickness that I would like it, because I want it quite opaque. I don't want it too watery. So I'm definitely going to just test it prior to putting it on my page. So I'll give you a little prime example. My test book is this little mangas by Hatchet. This is such a good testing book. I mean, I got it because, look, I'll show you which page. The reason why I bought it specifically is for these sorts of pages, because these ones you can do, you know, like a very light, a medium, a dark, and an ultra dark skin tone. You can test out, because it's nice and thick. It's thick paper. Yeah, I'm going to go for a fine text sweets. I am. And then like you've got these types where you can just do some watercolor mediums if you wanted to try on water. This is just my testing book. That's all it is. It's not one that I'm using in particular. So I'm going to zoom you in, and I'm just going to test out to make sure it's not too opaque. And we'll go for a mixture. So we'll zoom in. Okay, so this is Manga book by Hatchet. Now that seems pretty well like it's a bit too watered probably, but you got to get it going. You got to mix it up. So keep it going, mix it up, see how it is. You don't want it too watery if you want a strong pigment with it, which I do. So what I'm going to do is wipe off some a little bit. I don't want it too pigmented. The colours on these is just outstanding. Outstanding. So I'm just going to do on here and see how thick and how opaque this particular amount of water is, that I don't over saturate it and I have a highly pigmented orange, so that I want that on my picture. Or if I want to go for the gold, this is why I want to do this first before I go. See, I really like that. That will go with this picture really well. It's like a shiny, I'd say it's like a pumpkin orange more. It is definitely like got a tinge of bronze to it type. I like that colour. Yeah, I just really recommend getting a tester book instead. I mean, you can do it on a scrap bit of paper. I personally just wanted this because I can do skin tones, I can do hair, I can do, you know, little patterns. You can do loads of things. But I'm thinking that that would really go well in the back with this. It goes with this whole, you know, muted autumnal sort of colours. And I think we'll go for that. So that is the Colorio Golden Orange, and I'm happy with that choice. I don't think we need to go for a gold. I think that would go pretty well. So you can buy these in singles. You don't have to buy yourself a set. You can buy them in singles. So we'll go for that. So I'm going to just go right in there now because I know that it's going to work for me. So we'll start off with down here. We get our paint. Get your cloth at the side just in case. And it's got a nice amount of water still on that. So we, you know, we'll work from top to bottom so that we don't smudge. And we don't end up going, you know, all over the place with it. I need to put that at the top so that we don't do that. So we're just going to go from top to bottom. So I've got to be a little bit wary about what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm just going to go all over the shop, isn't I? No, don't want that. So I don't want, with these, I didn't want to shade it. I really wanted a pop of a metallic so that when you turn the page, you can see metallic. Just be mindful going over the page. Have something behind it, because if you do go over slightly, it will go onto that as opposed to going onto the page behind. So this is going to be super shiny. See that? Super shiny. And that is what I'm looking for. I want a pop of shine. I want a pop of metallic. And that will just finish this picture off for me really well. So if you've got these mediums, I highly recommend that you just dive on in there and use them, because we can, you know, you can always go for a second coat if you're not happy the first time round, and you can just have fun with your mediums. So you can do these more watered down. You can merge them with another one. You don't have to do it solidly. I just want a solid colour at the moment. So that is super shiny and it will look nice when it's dry. So we get a bit more. And thank you, Lou, for the replacement of this. Bless you. I had one of these and it was all frayed, these water brushes. This is the Kuretake one, the yellow one. So I just want to drag that up a bit. And I've got to concentrate a little bit here. I wasn't going to be going out the lines. And if these are my personal favourite brushes, if I'm honest. You know, I haven't got a massive, I'm not a water brush snob or anything. I'm not fussy, but they are my favourite. I bought a cheap set and they just frayed ridiculously quick, and you cannot beat paying that little bit extra and getting a decent water brush as opposed to the cheap little ones that you can get on eBay for £1. They do not work. So I really like that. I think that will look really, really nice when it's done. So again, I'm going to come over and I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to try and see if I can do this without. I'm going to have to turn the paper so that I don't get this everywhere. So you're right being a bit skewiff at the minute. You might get it like, Sam, why am I looking at it at a funny angle? I have to turn it, otherwise I'm going to smudge that one. Okay, so we're putting the, going to stick with, I might do a couple of bits of the Arabic gold, but for now I'm just doing the golden orange. So just go back to your paint, add a bit more on until you're happy with the consistency and the thickness and the opaque laydown of it. And that's the thing, watercolours are quite, you can put them more watered down than this. They are a watercolour medium. They were designed originally for calligraphy, but they add a great, you can't beat the metallic shine of these on your books. You can't. Hi, Dionia. This is the Zig Kuretake. Hi, Marie. The Kuretake Zig water brush marker. That's what this one is. Water brush marker, water brush. Why am I saying marker? You got to forgive me. I've taken, before I come on stream, I took my medication. It does make me say the most bizarre things sometimes. That, or I can slur my words, which, you know, you're going to think I've had a drink or two, and I haven't. I don't drink, guys. I would if I on a social occasion, but I don't drink. Okay, so we're just getting more on the brush and just laying that down. You might want to quickly dry it, you know, so that you don't do a Sam and smudge it. Because when you smudge it, you can't get it off. I'm not going to bother with the background with this one because I think it's nice without. Thank you.
You know the Costco store, to stir it or just leave it?
No, leave it and then just with a fork fluff it up.
When?
In about, how long has it been steaming? Sorry everyone, how long has it been steaming?
Just now.
Leave it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes with a plate on it.
Don't touch it.
No, don't touch it for 10 minutes. And then in 10 minutes, get a fork and fluff it up, and then it's ready to eat. Okay, so we just right on in there. Okay, so back in with this one. Right, it starts to dry a bit on your brush, so you might want to wipe off in between applications and get the water off it, you know. So I really like that with the, yeah, I'm going to use the heat gun. I was going to grab that. Yep, it's not in my cart, but it's in the cupboard beside me. So, because these bits here I'm going to do in the gold, these ones here and here. Let's say hi, Andrew.
Hello, YouTube.
And then I'm going to get the heat gun, blast this with some heat so that I don't smudge it. And then I will put the gold down and I'll have to put some water on that. So I'm just going to do the thin ribbons with this one, and then I'll do the Arabic gold and do that with the Arabic gold and make this quite shiny in the background. Did you hear him? Hiya, Essie. How are you? Are you feeling all right, Dionia? Yeah, I haven't seen you about recently. You're right. Okay, so we get that. You have to wipe. I'm going to go and get the heat gun on that. You have to wipe off your excess, otherwise you're going to be mixing your colours. You know, you want to wipe it off. Otherwise you're going to mix this in with your gold, and you don't want that. So they are very highly pigmented, so you're going to have to get it off. Essie, these are the Supracolours, the Colorio ones. I'm just doing that on those parts, on the ribbons. The rest is in pencil and the Holbeins. Okay, so again, like I mentioned, when you're going to put and let that set, while I'm going to be doing the heat gun, put some water, just drop some water droplets onto them to activate the pigment. So activate that up and leave that. And I'm going to just blast the heat gun on this. If you just bear with me, I'm going to grab it. And Andrew just bought me a cup of tea, bless him, in my Dean mug that you can't see because I'll spill tea all over the shop. So let me grab my heat gun, which is just in the cupboard beside me. Well, I wish you all better, Dionia. As I said, a huge blanket, like best wishes to everyone who needs it. Yeah, Katrina, it's actually really fun to do it, isn't it? So just bear with me, guys. I'm just going to, because I've got it beside me here. I'm not going in the other room. I'm still with you, chat. I'll put that in the screen. Yes. Right, I'm here. I'm just blasting it with a heat gun. How many pictures have you done in it now, Katrina? I am here. You just can't see me for a second. I absolutely love this. Thank you, Melody. It speeds stuff up hugely. Hugely. I'm going to use the gold next. There we go. That is dry in seconds, isn't it, really? That is dry. Oh, that is dry already. And look how shiny that is. I really like that. Hi, Selena. I'm right back at you. Where you been? How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're good. Oh. Okay, so like I said, this is all pencil, but I wanted to shine in the background. Now with these ones, these other ones here and here, I want them in this Arabic gold. So we're going to bring our paints back over. Yeah, I'm all right, thank you. Melody said, hi, Andrew. Melody said, hi, Andrew.
Hello, Melody. I'd like to thank everyone for their well wishes for me.
He said he thanks everyone for their well wishes for him. Hi, Faithful. How are you? So we're just going to we're going to do the Arabic gold. Now the water has set, so that sort of set it all in motion. Yeah, he's getting there, Tammy. He's on the blood thinners, so he's getting better. Okay, so this is the Arabic gold, and I'm just literally going to shove that on there. And I really want to just finish and wrap this one up, and then we can get into Forest Girl. But I want this quite shiny. So I'm going to have to turn that brightness down on that side. So you'll see it's really quite a shiny picture. But the background I had it in my mind that I wanted it as the Fine Tech paints from the beginning. I wanted a background of Fine Tech. I knew that. And I went off that with the colours in my head as being like pumpkin oranges. And, you know, I had that kind of in my head. And I went, you have a vision sometimes and you just think, all right, we're going to go with that. God, you're on a mission. It has sunk in there, Pickle, that you are on a mission with that book. How many pages is in there? You must have done a ton. It's quite a big book, Dream Reese, isn't it? It's not minuscule. It's not like this. This has only got 20 pages. See how nice and shiny that is? It's super shiny. Okay, so we're going to come over to this one as well. And I really like that sort of effect that's on it now, because it sort of makes the background pop. And when it dries, it will stand out. And if you want to go in with like outlining it or anything, you can. Personally, I'm not going to, you know, bother with that. I just want to keep it as that metallic shine background, and all the Holbeins have done the rest of the work. The thing is, the Holbeins to me, they speak on their own of what they've done, and they are absolutely amazing tools to use. All of them. I mean, I love everything. You know, I've said it so many times. I genuinely love everything that I have, and I love to get stuck into it all. It just might take me a little bit longer, than most people. Not through confidence, just through time, and trying to fit stuff in on streams. But I think it's there to have fun with, and I love to be able to do that with pencil sets and, you know, these, and we're going to use the Supracolours in a minute, and, you know, just all that kind of stuff. So really like that shine. If I you are zoomed out. If I like sort of bring that down against her, you got shine in the background, like, and when it dries, it will sort of stand out more. Oh, hold on. So it will stand out as just that will stand out on her background. We might do a stencil at a later date for the background. We'll wait and see. But, you know, I don't think it needs too much more. That will dry and that will be all we need, really, I think. Yeah. So it just sort of, hi anyone there. Hi Lars, hi anyone. But you're going to have to speak English because I don't understand. I'm sorry. Okay, so down here on her, I don't know if you can see, on her clothing, thank you, my dear faithful. So we've got on this fabric here, you know, we have the Pentel hybrids. Oh, on vacation, just got back. Yeah, he's got a blood clot, Essie, in his leg, but he's we caught it in time anyway, and he's on blood thinners, so hopefully now he's on the mend. I'm gonna colour more pictures from it. Still haven't coloured in so long. Dionia, it will come back to you when you're ready. It really will. Honestly. Right, I'm just gonna grab that Arabic gold and just go on those ones in between. And then any last details we've got with the Poscas, we're going to add that in, and then we are done and we can move on to Forest Girl, which is next. So we're just grabbing this Arabic gold in there and going into the ones that we missed. Well, not missed, but they are the fabric, and we were doing like a turquoise, teal and gold. So we'll stick with those. We just kind of go with the flow on this one. I wanted to put some metallic accents in this for sure, so I just stuck with that and my original plan. So that we've got, you can do this in pencil, you can do like gold. You don't have to do the, you know, the Colorio paints. You can also use the Kuretake set that you might have got. Yeah, and just stick with that. Thank you. Right, I'm going to bring you up a minute, everyone. There we go. So that is more or less how I'm going to leave her for today. I am going to just add some detailed Posca in, but I'm going to just get the dryer on it as well. So yeah, it's quite shiny. Thanks, Mona. So I just wanted a shine background, and it won't look so like in your face really when it's dry, and it will just be when you move it, it'll get the accent of it. But apart from that, I just really wanted metallic in the background. I'm thinking we'll come back to this at another time on the back. Thank you, Jen. Hiya. Hiya, Mia. Hi, Leah. Which one? The one that I use, this one. This is just a regular old 365 day, you know, 365 day thing that I use. Oops. Hold on. Hold on, everyone. 2 minutes. Hide. Oops. And then there we go. You always got one, haven't you? That's okay. Hiya, Tatty. You know, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I don't mind. This is just a normal, as you can see, it's got the page numbers at the top, so it's a 365 day one, and I just literally stick everything in. I honestly don't mind people saying their opinions. I don't get offended anyway, but yeah, it just makes me laugh. People just come in and they think that you want to listen to it, and it's like, no, thank you. I'd rather not. Right, so for now, let me just dry that, and we'll put the Posca pen detailing in, and then we will start our forest gals. Does that sound like a plan? Right. As I said, this is just beside me, so I'll be 2 seconds. I do feel for a background. I'm just trying to decide what. Right, so let's put our Posca, and then we will wrap her up for now. We can come back and do a background another day, but for now I think I'm just going to leave it because I'm not sure yet with the background. Thank you, Essie. Right, let's get our Posca. So I've just got a white Posca pen, a 0.7 nib. Let's zoom you in. It's so shiny. Okay, so I'm literally just going to go, not too much. It's just going to be very seldom and where I would like it. So I'm just going to add some, not too much. So I'm going to go for around here. Just going to add little bits in. I'm wondering if you can go over. Well, you can go over these as well. Just making sure. Okay, so you can actually go over this metallic with a Posca and just make it even more sort of accents. Look, you can do accents over it. She was a lot of work, but she's so much fun. And that's the thing, this book to me is not work, it's fun. Total fun. I absolutely love this book. So I'm just going to go over these bits as well. This book for me is just total joy, and it doesn't matter how long a picture takes me in here, I will be game for it. I've missed a little bit up there. That's okay, I'll get that back after. I'll always be game for this book. Like, it doesn't matter. You know when you're stuck and you don't know what to colour? This book for me is that one that you just come over to and you're like, I want it. I want to do something in that one. So I'm just putting little accents in so they come down. So we might do just a few around these. Just add little detailing in. I'm hoping Miss Desiree has fallen asleep because she has not slept. Okay, I'm going to go around. And then just going to come around here. And that is it. I just literally wanted to add just a few Posca pen details like I usually do, but I don't want too much of it. It doesn't need it. The colours speak for themselves. You know, they're the most amazing pencils to use. And that is how I'm going to wrap her up for now. So she's more or less done. Oh my God, you are not asleep. Thanks, Katrina. Okay, so she's done for now. We'll come back for a background if we feel like it, but I don't actually want a background. I think she doesn't need it, really. She kind of, the rest of it is more, I don't know. I think she's all right as she is. Oh, there is milk in my tea, yeah. I have milk in my tea. I do. Right. She's done for now, so I'm going to put her aside. Hope you enjoyed her. So she was wrapped up on, I'm going to put the date. She was wrapped up today. So we wrapped up for now. Wrapped up on the 9th of October. And I have to tell Victoria, because I doubled up as well. Hi, Kalara. How are you doing? 2018. So... And then on the back with these ones, I just put on the back of the page, I just usually stick the date that I finished. So it is the 9th of the 10th, 18. And I usually generally do that, like if I show you through my other ones. See, on this one, I put when I finish that as well. And like behind that one, I've stuck the day. And I just do that on all of them. Apart from this one, I didn't do this one. This one was, oh my goodness. Look, so I've done this recently and I forgot to put the date on it. Oh, what's wrong with me? So I usually just stick, yeah, they each have a name, Faithful. So that one's called Tulip, and this one was called Aeppol. I think that's how you say it. Aeppol. So she was wrapped up on the 23rd of September. Yeah, I was just doing that. So the 23rd of the 9th, 18. And I just generally stick on the back because they're one-sided. And yeah, we're going to work our way through this. And then I'm doing this one in my free time. And then hopefully I'll get some more done on her at some point. So I've put some marker base down on this one. And I've put a texture to her face. So I'm doing like the branches. I'm actually using the Artesias to try them out, and I'm going to go for this like bronzy coppery color. And this is, but if you can see, if I turn it over, it is like marker base, not all of it, and I've never used markers in this before, but I thought I'm going to try. Halloween is on Saturday. We're doing that. So this is going to be quite an autumnal dark feel to it. And the background is going to be the same stencil as her face in parts. So we're going to have some of the texture here, some of the texture up the top. And I'm going to just sort of do it in that repetitive pattern so that we've got things matching up to this sort of facial texture and just go along with those lines. So I just wanted to do something different. And my whole idea sort of behind this one was her to be, you know, those sort of where they merge into something else. So I wanted her like a textured warrior, but you know, in that metamorphosis stage, I wanted that. So she's like a queen, but she's got a hidden agenda at night, and I wanted that. And that was my sort of thinking behind that one. So yeah, that's where I am with that. We're now going to do this one that we're going to start here. We're going to use this for reference. And our Halloween colour along, let me let you know. I'm going to let you know. On Saturday, we're going to be doing this one out of Jasmine Beckett Halloween for Cozy Colouring Night. And I'm going to be using pan pastels and Prismacolor pencils. So this one will be, it's a nice big area to get in with the pans. So I really want to do this with the pan pastels. We're going to do like the face, we're going to do the skulls. We're going to do the hair and all this little detailing. We might even add some texture into it. So we're going to do this on Saturday. This is Saturday. So October 13th, pan pastels will be the main one. So we're gonna do that. That's our Halloween colour along. So today we're going to start this, and I'm going to start for the first time in my life with the background. We're going to try and replicate it, and I'm going to get my Supracolours out, and we're going to try it. So is it okay and bright on your screens in HD? So we're going to grab the Supras. The Supras here have the colours that I've already swatched. So these are the Supracolour swatches. And if we're looking at this as a reference, we're looking at this page here, like the pale yellow, olive yellow, khaki greens, olive greys, olive blacks, green ochres. We're looking at this kind of page to replicate that. Now, we don't have to do this page as exact, but I think that's my starting point. Hi, Michelle. I think this is a starting point, and it's a nice thing to be able to try and replicate as a guide. This is book 2. So for those of you that are joining, this is Forest Girl Premium Edition. It was gifted by Melody. She sent this over, and we're going to do it on the channel. So this is by Aeppol. It hasn't got the name here. It's Forest Girl Colouring Book Premium Edition, and it's a thick watercolour type. You can do some testing, which I'm going to do. May did this, and she's done some watercolour testing on it here, and she's done all of her water mediums, which is an amazing idea. So I think I'm going to be inspired by May on that one and try that out. But you've also got these as well if you want to try out your other water mediums. Did you want a flip through of it? I did do one, but if you haven't seen it yet, I'm more than happy to do that now if you want another one. So it's hardback. I can go for it again if you want, or we could just dive in. So it's really nice. Oh, bless you. Yeah, Saturday will be fun. It'll be 3 to 4 hours. I'll be here with you all as well. So should be good. Yeah, you want a quick flip through. Okay, so this is the premium edition. I did this on one of the other streams, but instead of you trawling through it all. So you've got it set in sections, and you've got these sort of sleeve pages that have got a little illustration. Obviously, it's in another language. I can't read it. And then you've got a little bit of a story there, and it tells you here, actually. It's got it here in one language, I think Korean, and then it's got it here in English, like repeating routines, work piling up. We often meet yearnings for the forest, for moments of inhaling clear air deep into our lungs in an open green scenery. So it's all about the forest. When it's hard to go to see the forest, I open a sketchbook and fill it with pencil strokes to draw a girl happily in the forest. So it's like how she became, you know, about it. A relaxed meal with chirping of birds and a pleasant walk through leaves of that shimmer in the sun. A cozy afternoon with small animals that love me for nothing in return, and falling into pleasant dream while gazing at starry night through the window. Wouldn't this be recess our tired selves require? So it's just a little rundown. It's nice. Then you've got a page where you can sort of do your watercolour testing if you want to. And look, she's even done a watercolour palette, so you can actually use them and do all your different watercolours in them and do a little, you know, a little palette yourself. It's amazing. And then you've got another testing page here, which is a great idea because you can stick all your watercolours down in there. So you've got your Jane Davenport, your pencil sets, everything, you know, you can stick that all in there. Then you've got kind of another couple of pages that you can play with. The paper is super thick. I don't know if it says, I'm going to try and have a look. I don't know if it says in the book. Hold on. I think it feels like it's a 170 or 180 gram paper, so it's quite thick, but it doesn't say. So you could have got another couple of pages there. You can test your water mediums. You can then put your pencils on when it's dry, and then you get into the parts and sections. So it's part one, and part one is pretty things from the forest. So you start off with this wreath, which I think, yeah, is the front cover. And this you have, like Forest Girl 1, you've got the picture on the opposite side of what she's done it in, and it looks like water medium. And then you've got your version of line art that you can do it in. And it repeats this pattern throughout. So it's quite earthy and forest-like, which is, you know, what it's about. Hold on, let's put this up so you can see. Just make sure that you are on. There you go. I've sort of propped it up. So this is the one that we're going to be doing because it's nice and simple. We can have a good go with the background. We've got enough room. So it's really, really cute. Yeah, Gnomes in the Neighbourhood is out today. Yeah. And yeah, mine's been dispatched from the US. Dionia, I'm learning Korean, so I want all the pretty books and colouring lang. Oh, that's nice. That's a good idea. So you got each one, and then you got line art. The line art isn't dark. It's like it's a black bordering grey, sketchy kind of line art. It's not thick, it's not bold, and it's not dark. So you've got a little bit of movement on that. Was it Cool Craft, Melody? I'm sure it was Cool Craft book this was from. So yeah, it's beautiful. And then you've got room for like adding your own texture. So like in the background, you can see she's added that. And then you've got your own squares with nothing in it. So you can add that texture in. She does that on her patterns with like fabrics as well. See, like her fabric here has got some pattern, but there's no fabric pattern there. So you add that. The paintings alone are gorgeous to look at. then you got, see, look at all that. It's all very autumnal. Yeah, it's on Etsy on Cool Craft Book, I think. I think this is where that's from. I think like most of the main sellers, like 70 East Books, Cool Craft, will do them. I'm pretty sure. So, and then you go into part 2, which is a good day for a trip. So she goes out on a trip now, and she's going out to the wilderness. This is stunning. I absolutely love the colours in this. Yeah, they are. I love this as well. They're very soft and very dreamlike, aren't they? So you're in the ocean, but it's like in the sky because you've got these flying things as well. I love the simplified stuff as well, like this one, because it gives you room for movement. This is stunning. It's a fruit tree, and it's called a tree of every fruit as well, so that's really lovely. So it's got 3 parts. It's split into 3 sections. This one is just amazing because look how big that space is for you to try and replicate that. This is very foresty, you know, this is what it's called, Forest Girl, isn't it? So hi Charlotte, how are you? That's okay. Life birthday. It's stunning. This one reminds me of Peter Pan, you know, where Peter and Wendy fly over London, but they're over Paris. And more of a dreamlike state, looking up at the stars. Yeah, see, the good thing is with this, you've got so much inspiration from these pictures that are at the side of them. So if you don't want to think about the colours, you don't have to. You can follow them and just match them up. And then part 3 is Tea Time on Clouds, which sounds like my idea of heaven. So you got her having a little tea party up there, like afternoon tea with her tea, her cakes, her croissant. Is it called croissant? I don't even know how you say that. You don't even want to know how I pronounce that. And then you've got them sort of like in a log cabin looking out at the sort of Alps. And then sitting there, she's got a little pillow, a little dog is beside her on the bed. See, again, she's put the patterns on the fabric here, but you've got room to do your own on that. So you could add that in with stencil if you don't want to. This is very atmospheric in the way of feeling warm and cozy. And then you've got the bear, her, the dog, the squirrel all painting the house in the French colours. And then you've got sitting reading a book. That is pretty much me with Chip on the side. That's how I am, but not on the floor. I know, it's stunning, isn't it? Yeah, I absolutely love the fact that they've got that as well. Okay, so you've also got sitting sort of like in a bookshelf. You've got the little reading chair in the corner. Fell asleep under winter sun. So you've got the winter sun. Again, sitting mooching out the window, having a look, watching the world go by. This one with a little face, like she's got a little eye mask, bless her. And then again in the bit, you got a little snowman. Must be towards Christmas. Yeah. Then you got Christmas. So you got the Christmas in the fire cabin. Like it's like a cabin, and then you got the roasting fire, and they're decorating the Christmas tree. And then you got more of the Christmas tree. I love this palette. I love it. And that is the end of that book. So we're going to do one out of here. Well, start one out of here. It won't be today that we do it all, but we're going to start and we're going to have a go with these Supracolours and see what we can replicate here. So we have this one that we're doing. I've just put a little note here at the side that I was doing today, and I wanted to use Supracolours. You're welcome. It is beautiful. It is, I must admit. There's not much I don't like anyway in terms of stuff that's out. I just think there's so much out there now. There's so much choice, and it makes all the difference, doesn't it? You know, when you think back to what used to be available, now you can get so much stuff The name of what you want the name of this one, Di? The name of this one is Forest Girls Colouring Book, and it's the premium edition hardback. Hi, Charlotte Kay. So we're going to have a go. Why not? Let's go for it. So we are going to get out the Supras, and we're going to try. I'm going to try and put this at an angle for you so that we've got a better picture. Hi, Teresa. Yeah, there is. I mean, when you think that you just have to have, you know, in the beginning, there was such basic stuff, wasn't there? And there was like the typicals like Zen Doodle ones and, oh, I can't think, my mind goes blank. But you know what I mean, mandalas only or geometric patterns and, you know, just not a huge amount of choice. I'm just putting these away, guys, so that I've got a bit more space in front of me and beside me for arms. There wasn't a heck of a lot out there, really, and now there's a huge amount out there and a huge amount of choice, and there's so much on the market for us to sort of have a little look at and choose, you know, what our cup of tea is, because we don't have to like everything that everyone else likes. I mean, there's certain books that I'm not that fussed about that everyone seems to be mad for. So it's just about finding the feet and finding your own feet on what you like, and, you know, not feeling the pressure as well to have what everyone else has got, and, you know, just enjoying what you have got. Even if that's 10 books, enjoy those 10 books, and finding your style and finding what you enjoy. And that's the main part, and that's the good thing with books now, because there's so much choice, you've got the ability to do that. Okay, so we're going to use the Supracolours, which is in this lovely shiny case that we've got, and we are going to choose from our selection of greens. So we've got these lovely greens here. I'm going to go and refill I'm going to move this a minute, so we've got to pick before we dive in. We've got to pick what we want. So we get our chart for the Supras, which is here. And as I said, there's a whole page, these sort of colours, and we can match them up to the pencils. I'm going to just refill my water brush, and I'll be back in like a minute. So if you want to grab a drink or cup of tea, then please do. I just need to refill that. Yeah, this one. Right, I'm just putting a few things away so that I can get on with this for you guys, and then we can see what we can do. Right, so I need that. I don't need those. Oh, I haven't showed you the cute witches as well. Never mind, I'll do that after. Okay, so that's the, yeah, all right, I've got everything now. I can put that there. All right, Chip, and I'm back. Right, yeah, and it will definitely feel like Halloween on Saturday when we get stuck into Halloween picture. Right, I'm back. Okay, so we're looking at, we've got to look at our reference. So I'm going to leave the reference like that. So the reference picture here, and we've got to look at these sort of colours. So I'm going to kind of try and replicate as much as possible. I was going to do it autumnal, and then I thought, no, for the first go, I'm going to have a go with this. So we're looking at like olive green and khaki green for sure. We want a bit of like yellow in there, so I might go for green ochre is quite yellowy, isn't it? So just looking at colours in front of me. Let's move these over and move that there. No. Okay, so we've got olive yellow, which is this one. We've got, these are the Caran d'Ache Supracolours. We've got khaki green, which is a nice colour, which is this one. We have, I'm going to go for an olive grey, which is this one. I want some green ochre as well, which can be elsewhere. So green ochre. Is that definitely green ochre? Yes, it's definitely green ochre. And that's this one up here. Oops. And then I need just a slightly darker green. So olive black might do the trick. And I think that's enough of those for now. So we'll keep those aside in case we need to grab anything else. Hold on, let's put that, there we go. And then let's get our picture. And let's see what we can do. Right, see, this is what I mean. We have to... No, there we go. It has to focus. Is that focus? Yeah, there is a silver one, isn't there? I loved the purple one as well. So I was like, I had to have that one. Okay, I needed one for the Supracolours and I got that one. Right, so we're going to just dive on in there. If I need my palette, which is the Aeppol palette, which I've been asked about a couple of times. This is the Caran d'Ache Aeppol watercolour. Welcome back, Robin. Palette. If we need that to mix anything outside, then we'll use that. But for now, we're just going to start off with putting the actual pencil down on the paper rather than doing it on the palette. The palette is if we need to mix. That's okay. Yeah, these are the watercolour pencils. So the Caran d'Ache on them will have a little paintbrush. Don't know if you can see that. They're there. It's got this little paintbrush on it, and that's how you know. They're exactly the same sort of colours as the Pablos. However, then they're, you know, watercolour, but they can be used dry as well. These are really nice working with both ways. I've used these dry and I've used them wet, and I love them both ways. They obviously are designed to be a wet medium, so but they've got the best of both worlds. So, you know, Mary, try refreshing. Is it buffering for anyone else? Because it's all right on my end. So make sure as well you got a bit of a sharper end. Now, it looks like in these little bits in between, it's quite dark and it's not bright. So I'm going to go in first with the darker colour. So like in these parts here, this is olive black 019. These are the Caran d'Ache Supracolour pencils, watercolour pencils. So like in these parts, we're just going to go very, I'm not going too heavy, I'm going medium. I'm just going to put a slight lay down to start with, because don't forget, you activate these with water, they go highly pigmented. So you're just going to get in there at first. So if you need to refresh at any time, you close the stream, just come back and it will still show you the chat and stuff of how it's been, and it'll pick up where I am. Okay, so we're just going to get into these little sections in between these yellow flowers with the olive black 019. We're going to do the background first, and if any mixing, we're just getting in there. So I'm going to come over. And we have nothing to lose here. I'm not even going to get scared because I absolutely love having fun with these. So I'm just going to go with my darkest colour first. I'm going to go straight in with this. If I want to do any mixing, I'll add more onto my palette. and then we'll see what we come up with. So I'm going to concentrate for a second because this is like quite intricate work. We have to get right in there, don't we? So we're just getting right back in. So I'm going to bring that over. Should I take you down a little bit? Just bear with me, everyone. There you go. Is that better? Is that better? Right. Can you see better? Yeah? Is that a better picture for you in terms of what you can see more what I'm doing? So I'm still with the olive black. So I'm just getting first a lay down of the olive black. So you can go heavier on certain parts and then drag the colour in, but we do the dragging when we get our water brush out. So I'm just going to go more of a heavier lay down there because that would be more shadowed. It'd be a little bit more shadowed, I should imagine. I'm going to see how this paper holds up with the Supras and how much, you know, manipulation work and stuff we've got to do with it. So it's going to be a little bit of a heavier shadowing underneath her legs because she's sort of on the grass. And if you imagine the sunlight's coming from up down. And just go in there with that first. So before I come down to the underneath, I'm just going to do the top part and see how that is. Then I'm going to get my olive grey. So we had olive black. Now I'm going to bring in some olive grey around. And I'm going to just put some of that down. You can drag colours in after. Don't forget, this is not final. You're just sort of putting down and seeing what you can come up with. So is it clear enough? Do I need to go down on the page? Do you want it down like that or do you want it at an angle? I'm going to get an easel, you know, one of those easels so you can have your slant on screen because it seems to be that you get a better picture. I don't know what they're going to look like, an A3 easel type thing, and it's desk easel, and then you can see. I think it's better at a slant, isn't it? Okay, so this is, as I said, this is olive grey 018. And I'm just going to put that in. And sort of put down some there, just around him as well. He's cute. So we've got our little doggy, who I've just named Chip because why not? Then, hiya Kenny, how are you doing? Then I'm going to get my khaki green, and now I'm going to add some of that in. Don't forget, I don't want to put too much of this because when you put it doesn't look anything yet, but as soon as you put the water on it, it activates it. Wow, you're on a mission, Pickle. I just looked up and saw that. At the minute, I'm not in chat. I do apologise, but if anyone's joined me and I've not seen you, a huge thank you for joining and coming over and spending some time. We are using Supracolours and we are colouring in Forest Girls Premium Edition with Caran d'Ache Supracolours at the moment. That's what we're doing. We're just sort of going to replicate this background here. So we're going to give it a go, see what we can do. Hold on. Oh, that's it. So as I said, I have picked up the colour khaki green before I start putting water to pencil. I'm trying to dodge those because I want to do those in yellows. So I'm trying to dodge the little flowers as much as possible. I might go over a couple of them and I'll have to reapply those in with like a Posca pen or something, but that's okay. So this will be our next colour along on here, which we're starting today. And then we will also be doing the Halloween pan pastels on Saturday. And if we don't finish it on Saturday, which I highly doubt we will, we can do that in parts as well. So we'll alternate between the two and get those both done. So, oh, sorry, I'm out of screen there. Hi, Brenda. Yep, we're all good here. Thank you, Sarah. How are you doing? Thanks, everyone, for being here. So, just getting right in there because that's what we do. We'll come down to the bottom after. We're going to just go for it first. Now I'm going to get some green ochre 025, all Supracolours at the moment. So I'm just going to put some in there. I'm just randomly putting. I'm not got a pattern. I'm just randomly doing. Hi, Tilly. Hi. I'm randomly just putting down pencil and seeing what we're doing. Thank you. That means a lot. Thank you so much. Right, so we're picking out, and then we start doing the pencil, water to pencil, and just, you know, seeing how that goes. So before we go underneath, I'm going to have to zoom out. Oh my goodness, Desiree. You're still awake. I did think you'd be asleep by now. Okay, no, you haven't missed anything. Tilly, off the blind. Thank you. We're just putting pencil down first. Then I'm going to get the olive yellow 015, which is a very bright green again, before I add anything else. And we're going to put that outwards. And we're sort of just going to do the top before we do anything else. We'll go underneath after. Now I'm just going to grab my cloth. We're going to try and balance this. This is not all over the place, so hold on, guys. This will bug me. Right, there we go. See, we're going to try and replicate and see where we get on. Now I'm going to get, now is the magic. I love this bit. So I love this bit. This is my favourite bit. There we go. May, are you still doing this one? How's it coming along? Not this picture, this book. That's okay, Kenny. Okay. Let's go for it. So make sure you've got a clean brush. You don't want it too watery, but obviously you need some water on your brush. And then I'm just going to start activating. I'm wiping as I go along. I don't want too watery and too wet, because if it's too wet, I'm going to end up oversaturating my page. I'm going to drag the colour around and merge some of these colours together a little bit. So I'm just wiping off as I go along. And see what we come up with and see how we get on. And then I can always add and drop in some darker, like a grey or a black, and drag some of that colour out. And see how we see what we come up with. You know, that's it's a learning curve, isn't it? So I actually do really enjoy watercolours and the graphy tints, and it is quite a fun technique and a very relaxing technique to sort of go with. I'm going to have to turn the brightness down a little bit so you can see. So it will kind of just be how it, you know, the picture is on the opposite side. We'll see how we get on. Okay. So you can see like we're just kind of going with the flow on this one. So I'm wipe, bring it up a bit, drag some pigment. That's more of a yellowy green. So we bring that outwards, fade it out. I'm just going with the flow. So if you add a few pencils down, you can merge them together a bit and just wipe off as you go along, depending on how much pigment you want, and just go with it. So I think it's going to be all right. It's going to come out how I pretty much want it, which is a good thing. So yeah, we'll go with this. I'm glad I started with a background though. So just keeping with the darkest part, which is this olive black, I'm going to get more of it, but I'll do pencil, you know, where you touch the top of this to the pencil. So I'm going to do it that way. So I'm just going to get right on in there with this olive black colour. Sort of drag. The good thing is with watercolours, you can drag the colour and move it around and manipulate it to how you or where you want it to be. So it's quite workable. I was originally going to do this with the ink tints, but then I thought no, because that sets, doesn't it? It sets to as soon as the colour, because it turns to ink, and that's a little bit harder to manipulate. Well, you can't manipulate that one. So this one's a bit easier to manipulate how you would like it. So yeah, we'll go with that. It's going to be quite forest-like. So just wiping off as I go along. Now I'm going to drag some different green into that bit in a minute. Let that dry a little bit. And just sort of keep, if I show you, we're kind of aiming for that, but we won't be exactly the same. So if I look, so we're aiming more for this here, but we won't be exact, but we need to drop in some more colours and see, you know, what we end up with, kind of thing. We'll do it like that. What have I missed? Sorry. The paper, right, the paper's amazing. There's no buckling. It's holding it perfect. And it's not oversaturated either. It's perfect. This paper is a dream with water. It's not peeling either, but it's not oversaturated. May. Okay, so I'm just back in there with that. Now I'm going to get some more of that olive black in a minute. This is the Supracolours for those that have joined late, and just to let you know, just in case you're wondering what I'm using. This is the Caran d'Ache Supracolours, and that is what I'm going to use for this picture. But this book calls for water medium, doesn't it? You all in agreement? I think so. So I'm still got a fairly wet brush, saturated, but not highly saturated brush. I've wiped off excess water so that it doesn't over wet the paper and I get too much of a peel or a buckle, or, you know, I'm not sort of putting it under too much pressure kind of thing. So I'm going to come down before I add, I'm going to let that up there dry, and then I'm going to bring down this down here, and as I go along I'm kind of wiping off so that you know, just so that you're wondering. You're welcome, Faithful. Go buy it, girl. So yeah, I'm just bringing that down, and I'm not going to have a real pattern to this. I kind of got it in my head how I want it to be. I want it to be similar to hers, but it's not going to be exact. I mean, let's face it, I'm not that skilled. I'm not Aeppol. It's her art. She's obviously very skilled at water paintings. Okay, so just be mindful that, you know, you have got tiny little details on this particular picture. So you need a thin water brush like this one. Oh, Ty, you're good. You're good, sweetheart. You're good. Yeah, good. All right, so we're just bringing that down. Hopefully it's a welcoming enough place and you feel comfortable to talk. So we're in there. Yeah, so that is sort of how that part, I've not done the underneath yet. So I'm going to bring in a bit of, so I'm going to go back to my chart. Yeah, you need a thin one. The Kuretake one, Desiree. Right, so I'm going back to my Supras. Now I want to drop in a bit more dark green. So I'm looking at, maybe I'm going to put the olive brown, which will go well as in coinciding. So I'm going to get a bit of the olive brown. I don't want a ton of it. Olive brown. There we go. So it's not a ton of it, just enough to add in. This part I'm not gonna, now is where I'm gonna use my little palette. And it's just enough to mix. I wanna add a bit of the olive black. And I'm gonna mix up these colors. So it's dark, there you go. It's like a forest mossy green, can you see that? So I mix that together and I can drop some of that colour in. So if I add just like a touch of it and drag it out, sort of, can you see? If I move, let me move my hand, I'll show you what I mean. So like it adds it into it. I'm going to have to hold my page up for you. So I'm going to bring that over here. If I show you, like, I'm going to add a bit there. You wipe off, add in, drop a bit in there, wipe off. And again, it's not too wet. So you're adding those like splodges in. Hi, Victoria, how you doing? So wipe, add, and do it that way. And if you want to darken it up and even a little bit more, you can get a browner color or even a little bit of, yeah, there you go. The Zig Detailer or the Derwent Water Brush. Mage just said. So I'm just going to get a bit of the ivory black. No, I'm not. I'm going to get some of the charcoal grey. Just a tad. No, I'm not. Don't listen to me. Just, you know, don't listen to me. I'm getting umber, 049 umber, and I'm going to darken that up even more. And we're going to, that's better. It's more of a brownie green, which goes, it's more that type, which I just want to add a bit in underneath. I'll show you. So we're going to go like underneath here. We're going to add some. Right, let me show what I'm doing. So this is for the shadows more. So wipe off, drag that colour down, wipe off, drag down, and not too much because you'll peel your paper. Again, I'm going to add a bit under here, wipe off, drag the colour down, and just keep doing that pattern where I'm drag pigment, wiping off, drag the pigment, and so that it blends into. Sometimes I don't know where my head is going. I'm thinking, why am I picking that? No, I know what I want really. And then like with our palette again, I'm going to bring this over. Hi, Bunny, how you doing? I haven't seen you in a long time. Where you been hiding? I'm going to bring olive grey. And I'm going to mix that in with a bit of olive yellow. I'm going to wipe my brush off, make sure I've got a clean brush. It's quite greeny. I want it a little bit darker. So I'm going to get my olive black now. And it's good. This palette, I can't recommend this palette enough. Right, so that's more green. That's what I'm looking for. Now I'm going to drag some of that colour in here now, and then wipe my pigment off and sort of blend it out. This is quite a dry brush. I haven't got a lot of water on this. It's just kind of splodging that in. Yeah, kind of getting what I'm doing now. Yeah, I don't look ridiculous. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, he's much better. Thank you. Thanks for asking. He's still got the clot. You know, I'm not going to lie. Everyone's wondering, is he still got? Yeah, he's still got the clot. It takes a while to disperse out. And sometimes they don't go entirely, do they? So I'm just bringing this up, guys. They don't go entirely clot. Sometimes you're stuck with them. But as long as he's not in immediate danger and he's on blood thinners, so he seems to be a bit better because the pain has subsided significantly. He's not in as much pain now, which is good. It's good. So I'm just dragging some of that darker colour in now as well and sort of dragging that along. wiping off and sort of blobbing that in how I like that. So yeah, thank you for asking. How are you doing? There we go. Oh, thank you. I will do. He's just taken Chip out for me, but when he gets back, I'll let him know. Okay, so I'm going to continue that while that dries. So we want that sort of forest look. We're going to bring that all up. So whilst that is sort of drying, now I'm going to get back onto the paper. We're going to get back the olive black, and we're going to just go on in there with that straight to paper. So I'm going to put that behind to protect, just because I don't want to indent the page behind it. So just with this one, I'm going to put down, we don't need to be very, very neat and specific, but we're adding it in all the same. So let's put that in. So are we kind of following what I'm doing without myself looking like a bit of a plum? It's all right. I mean, it's a learning curve with water mediums, and it's fun. It's not, you know, there's no massive wrong to it. You can manipulate watercolours, which is a lot easier actually, you know, to use. But so Faithful's getting this book. Is anyone else on the horizon to buy Forest Girl the premium edition? I can tell you now the paper is holding up remarkably. Of course you can, Di. Go ahead. Okay, so this bit here is the grass. So we're going to go in these parts. So we're just kind of putting the pencil down. Oh, you got it hit. Lovely, ladies. Have you done something in it? And if you have, and even for those of you who watch this back, which pages have you done? Because they've each got a name. Kathy sends her love, Andrew. She asked how you were when she came into the chat, bless her. He said thank you. I don't know if you heard that. Okay, so we're just going in there with this is just the black olive at the moment. Again, Supracolours, I'm not changing my colours, I'm just alternating. This is a Supracolour olive black. Hi, Janet. If I didn't say hello to you, huge hello. I didn't see you there, I don't think, unless I did. That's what I mean, my memory. Okay, so we're in there with this green. I'm going to bring this green around here as well, because I kind of want it to come down further. And then there's this patch of it here. Is it still in the screen? Oh, I did. I told you. My mind. Yeah, that would. If as long as things are under 2 kilos, then yeah. You know it now. Oh dear. That was something else, wasn't it? That postage. So this I'm guessing is a scarf. This under here isn't, so I'm going to go for that. So this is olive black still. I'm going to change my pencils over in a minute. So I'm going to bring some of that olive black here and some under her here. Oh, thank you, Dionia. Thank you for dropping in. And then I'm going to get olive brown now. Not too much of it, just a bit of this one. So we're getting some of that olive brown. So we're going to try and just replicate what we've got on that other side. So we're going for this kind of look, and we're going to try and replicate. So we're going to bring some of that up. Oh, look, I've missed some out. Let me bring that olive black up. I'm going to bring it up as well, up to this part. So I'm going to bring... Now, no spoilers in case anyone hasn't watched it. But did anyone catch the new season of The Walking Dead? So it started for you guys in the US on Sunday night, and we had it yesterday. So do you think the season's going to be good, or do you think it's going to be a letdown, or What do you think is, you know, your prediction? Not any spoilers though, because quite a few people that have not watched it yet. So I'm just bringing that up. So this is just dry at the moment. We've not added water to this part. Now, as I said, I'm back now to my olive brown. I'll give you the numbers of these. The olive black is 019 and the olive brown is 039. Ah, thank you, Di. Yeah, I've got a feeling it's going to be all right. Yeah, I can't say anything about yesterday, but I've got a feeling it's going to be all right. I think it's going to be quite an action-packed season. So I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so, because I was disappointed with a couple of the seasons and I very nearly threw the towel in at season 6, but I didn't. Hi, Elizabeth. How are you doing? I have not seen you around for a long time. Are you okay? I do hope you are well. It's been a while. So Elizabeth, this is what we're doing. We're trying to replicate and we're using the Supracolours. Yeah, Kathy, they are superb. Superb. They are outstanding pencils. They are something just special. Yeah, I threw the towel in, Desiree, at season 6 almost, but then I thought, no, I've stuck it out this far and actually it's picked up. So, you know, I'm glad I stuck with it. Thank you, Pickle. Have you got the little one there today? Okay, let's get. This is now olive grey at 018. I'm going to put some of that in. I'm going to bring into these here. So this is an alternation of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 greens, and we've got an umber if we do want to darken some bits up, which we have mixed here. So yeah. What, you all sharing where you are from? Yeah, I'm from London, but we live just on the outskirts of London now. So where are you all from? That could be today, couldn't it, Desiree? That could be today. Yeah, these pencils, when people ask me my opinion, I know they're expensive, and I don't make any secrets. These were gifted to me. They are expensive, but they are an outstanding pencil. Julia, that is from Amazon, that case. It's from Amazon. It's a holographic, let me tell you, I'll show you. Hold on, lovely. Hold on. 2 seconds. Is she okay though? Yeah, I can do, but I'll show you anyway as well in case you want to find it before then. Okay, so it's made by a company called La, you see it? L-A, and then a separate word, H-A-U-T-E, so La Haute. And it's a pencil case, 160 slot, holographic. So it looks like that. It comes with one of these straps if you want it as well. And then it opens up with all its compartments, which is really great. And it is really shiny. So it's called La Haute 160. And in the UK, it's £17.90. So thanks, Katrina. Yeah, we're trying. Okay, so now I want to put in some olive yellow. So now we're going to put some of the yellowy type in there. So we're going to drop in, just mix it up. Drop in. So I'm kind of going with a medium pressure on this. You don't need a heavy pressure or a heavy lay down because you're going to mix the pigment around. So you just want to just kind of Just enough circular motions. Drag the pigment over when you put the water down with the pencil, and the rest will kind of do its own thing, and it will drag the colour out anyway. So I'm just putting down that yellow. The whole point in this background is that it's got that watercolour look anyway. Okay, so we kind of got that going now. Now we're going to put the water. So again, get your wipe off. So go from the inside would be my advice. So you can drag some of that pigment over and then sort of bring that in on those little areas. You can kind of see, you don't need to put them in all. So I'm going to zoom you in again. Okay, so yeah, zoomed in enough so you can see what I'm doing. So just move and wriggle the pigment around. So wipe off as you go along. Wipe so that you don't oversaturate and you don't over pigment and make it like muddy. But it will merge enough so that it blends. Okay. And just keep manipulating it how you would like it. As I said, the good thing with watercolours is that you can do that. If you're not entirely happy with it, you can, like, you know, bring some other colour in if you want to add a bit more green. Just kind of drag that around, really. I'm just going to, I'm not in chat for a second, I'm just kind of seeing what I'm doing. So just, I'm sort of circular motions to make it sort of all how I want it to be. And then you can just let that dry. Right, I'm going to bring some more water down into that. So this here, I'm going to bring that over and around. I'm going to bring that up to the top of the page like it has, and I'll show you the reference as well. She's got that up to the top. Okay, so just muddying that together a bit. Just wiping off as I go along. And then coming back into these little tiny sections here. So I'm getting that moving and then I'm wiping. So as you can see, it goes up on that side. That's what I'm doing as well. I'm sort of just doing it up into the side. And when it dries, don't forget when it's wet, it's got a slight different pigment. And then when it dries, it sort of dries a different colour. Not all entirely, but it does without a doubt. So we bring that sort of colour over. Lou sent me this one. Is it a stencil? Is it a Mylar stencil sheet, Lou? Lou will tell you. Louise Scoffin. She, bless her, she sent it to me a long time ago now. I think it's a Mylar stencil sheet. I'm pretty sure. She sent me and Kate one each, and Mum. Okay, so we're just bringing that out. I just need a bit of water on that now. Okay, so just sort of just, I've got a little bit more water on my brush now because I want it to sort of, you know. What, this book, Lynette? Okay, so I'm just, this is the olive black. I want to keep that pretty dark. And then I'm wiping off as I go along as well so that we've got a difference in colour so that we don't, you know, lose those different colours that we've got going on. And then I'm dragging some of that colour into those little sections there. And as I said, don't forget when they dry, it's going to look more like this side. This is wet at the moment. Hi, Amberly. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in a long, long time. How are you? So we are using Supras, Amberly, or Supracolours. Call them Supras like it's soup. We're using Supracolours in the Forest Gale, and we're trying to replicate this. So we're seeing what we can do. So we're kind of going for that look and seeing what we can do. We're not going to be exact. So we're trying to see what we can do here. So that's the technique. Ah, yeah, it's good to have you. Good to have you, dear. So we're just like playing around with these colours we've laid down and seeing what we can do with them. We're going to put a bit more green after, but I'll show you as it dries what the colour is like, because as I said, when it dries, it is slightly different to how it looks wet. Thank you, Janet. Mine's a little bit more yellowed, but that's fine because I can add a bit more green in anyway. But we need another green to add, and we'll do that in sections, so we can play around on our palette with that. That's what the palette is good for, isn't it? You can have a little play around with colour. So yeah, anyone that's joined late, this is Forest Gale Premium Edition, Forest Gales 2 by Aeppol. So if you want to, it's over on Etsy on Cool Craft Book. You can have a look at it. I don't know from shipping, because it's in, you know, individual countries have their different shipping fees, I should imagine, and customs, and I don't know. It's all different in different, you know, states and stuff. He is leaving. I'm gutted about that. To me, it's not The Walking Dead without Rick. I don't know if I'll continue after this season, if I'm honest. But then kind of part of me is a bit too much like, but I've stuck it out this long. You know, you kind of, it comes back and you then stick it on the telly and you think, I've been here this long for the ride. I might as well continue it, eh? I don't know if anyone else is like that with TV programs. There's certain things I just will give up on, like Lost. Did anyone watch Lost? I gave up on that. There was no way I was sticking with that. No way. I couldn't. It drove me mad. I couldn't understand. I'm just dropping in some colour there. I couldn't understand what was going on or what I was watching. I was getting mad at them. You watched it all, Desiree? Yeah, I just couldn't stick it out. Did anyone else watch that? Wasn't it getting silly? I gave up on it. I did. I gave up on it. And then when I found out the ending, how long ago did Lou only told me a little while ago what the ending was like? I'm so glad I did not stick that out. What is that ending about? I couldn't understand what they were doing with it. I got so frustrated with it. I sat at the telly getting angry at the telly like, what's going on? And then I got so fed up with it. I was like, no, I'm not wasting any more time on this. This is just bizarre. Okay, so that's kind of our first base of all this. It's a bit more yellowed. I just need to dry it off a little bit. So just bear with me. Bear with me. So we're going to get a different green and add that in 2 seconds. Really? I didn't guess it, Kathy. It was a crap ending. I didn't guess it. But it was a rubbish ending. Yeah. Oh, see, Lynette, I quite like Maggie, how she's going. I quite like her. I think she's going to be a force, but I won't say too much because people have not seen it yet. But I think I like how Maggie's going. I think I do. I think she'll be quite a presence on the show very soon. And she's a mum now, isn't she? So she's in like protect mode of little Herschel. Ah, did you see Herschel, the real Herschel? He passed away. I was like, oh, bless him. Okay, so we've got that kind of going on a little bit now. As I said, I'm trying to replicate, but I want to bring in a little bit more green, but not those greens. I'm going to go for more of a green, bright green. Let's have a look. So, like, we'll see. Hold on, guys. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So we've got our chart. I'm thinking like this spruce green type thing, like this one. Just drop a bit of that in maybe, and some moss green. So let's put these ones. So we'll put these back because I don't like things being out everywhere. It's too like messy. I don't want mess. I don't want mess. So we'll put that back in. So we want some. Is it spruce? Where's that one? That's that one. And moss. Where's moss? Can't see that. Where's that one? Don't know where that's gone. I don't know. Okay. Oh, hi, Clinton. He did. But I did see, and I was a bit gutted. I was like, oh no. Okay, so on my little palette, this is spruce green in 239. And I want to see what that looks like. So I'm going to have a look. I don't know if I want to add a bit of the... this is green ochre. Let's have a look what that goes to. Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, so I'm going for this kind of green. I've put a bit of green ochre and a bit of spruce green. And I'm going to drop that in. So that is the names of the names and the numbers are spruce green 239 and green ochre 025. And we're going to add a bit more of a green look now that we've got a base down. So we can add in, let's zoom you in. Because we've got our forest now, we need to add greens. So we want a bright green. So we want to add our green effect in and make that sort of come outwards. So this is my mixture on my palette. So I'm trying to get that in the screen so you can see. Okay, so we'll add that in and drop it where we want it. And then I'm going to bring some of that down here as well and sort of fade that out. So you want more or less your brush to be, if I bring that down, so your brush is sort of dabbing it in. Let's see if I can do that on an angle. Can you see that green? Yeah. So you're sort of dropping it in, wipe off, and then drag it out. So we'll repeat that. You can see it more of an angle. Oh, thank you, Melody Reed. So we're going to do more again. So bring some of that green in, dab off and drag that colour sort of downwards. And then again, I'm going to make that a bit more watery this time. So drag some of that, this quite watery. You'll see it more when I adjust the lighting for you. I'm just dragging that all in, that colour. And the paper is really handling this so well that I am not concerned that it will peel at the moment. So I'm just dragging some of that green in and fading that out. There might be some peelage after, but there's definitely not at the moment. So I'm just, again, I'm going to get some of this spruce on my palette, some of the tiny bit of the green ochre, and I'm going to mix those two up. So again, like you're mixing, you're just mixing up, getting that going. And then be careful when the paper is wet that you don't touch it, because you're going to end up peeling the paper. So I'm just sort of dropping that in. And then again, I'm going to, oh, don't worry about it going on the dog. We've got to colour him anyway. So I'm just bringing that, oh, let's move that up. Hold on, everyone. Let's adjust this light in a minute. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. So that might set. Let's just bring that outwards. I'm just going to try and fix that bit because I let that dry. Okay, so I'm just sort of mixing that up and in. I just want it quite watercolory look anyway, you know. It does give a watercolour look, doesn't it, doing it this way? It gives it that, where it mixes and merges and sort of muddles together. It gives it that, which is a blessing really, because you haven't got to do that. It does it for you. You're just kind of playing with the colour now. So it kind of, this is what we're going for, but we're going to bring some of that green. I'm going to bring that green and brown sort of down here. Can you see that? Oh, I've missed things. I'm so sorry, guys, because I'm concentrating. I have missed so much in chat. I've not looked at my chat in a while. I'm very sorry. Okay, so I'm just bringing that. There is a perforated line. And then I'm going back over to my, oh, why is it flashed out again? Okay, there we go. Bringing back that nice spruce green. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to get an easel. This is ridiculous. I'm going to drive myself mad doing this. There we go. I'm just holding it at an angle for you so you can see. So don't forget, it does dry a little bit different to how it initially goes down. And then sort of, I'm going to bring that down and out. So just fade it out. You see that? And bring some of that other, that green that we made up with the spruce, the olive green and the green ochre. We've got those two colours as well dropped in. So yeah, it mixes up. Oh, what are you talking about, ages? I'm going to scroll back on chat in a second so that I don't feel like I'm missing out. I feel like I'm missing out on all the fun here. Well, I'm having the fun with the watercolours, but the fun of the chat. I've not seen the chat. Okay, so are we all following me so that I don't make a big mess of this? So you can kind of see now and zoom out. Right, so that's kind of how it's going to look at the background only. So I'm just dragging that spruce in a little bit more. Oh, it's ages. Right, let's have a look, because I'm nosy. So Pickle, you're near my age. Clinton, you're near my age. Amberly. So we've got some of us are near the 30s. Well, I'm in the 30s club now. Thank you, Charlotte. At the minute, while it's wet, it's just, you know, but we've got to do everything, haven't we? So we're just doing this to go with the picture at the side. I'm just adding that spruce in as well. Oh, Diana, you're still a baby. I wish I was back at 20. I really do. I wish. Okay, So kind of gone, it kind of looks the same, doesn't it, with the watercolours? I mean, I'm not going to get it exact, but it's all right. And then we can drag some of that I'm going to do this as very watery now. If we wanted to add down here, just add some of that. Okay, I'm going to blot that in a little bit. Okay, and it just you'll see it very faintly. It kind of, it's like that wet on wet technique. I've wet the area and you're just kind of blotting it in. There we go. So there we go. So add that, blot that down, just keep that as, so this comes up a little bit into this area. So I'm just sort of faffing about here. Let's have a little play. So I'm bringing that up, and not so much, but just, there we go. Right, so I'm quite happy with that background so far because it kind of looks the same. It's all like a foresty look. So if I turn the brightness up, can you see it kind of looks more or less like it, but I don't know whether to drag it down a bit more into these areas, like down here a bit more into a bit darker or something. I'll do that at the end, but for now I'm just kind of like, you know, kind of like for like, isn't it? So her hair, I might do the little dog quickly and see. Thanks, Randy. I mean, it's a first go, you know, it's not going to be perfect, but we're going to try and get it to as much like as possible. So we'll go for it. Right, I think the little dog, we're going to go for the orange colours. So I'm going to grab my, like he is in this, like he is there. He's like an orange. So I think we're going to do him. I need to get my colours. So we've got these colours here, so like a reddish brown or ochre, apricot types, like flame red, russet. I think we might go for a russet. So russet is sort of on the outer, but then we've also got like like an orangish yellow and a russet, I think. We'll try that. We'll try that. So we're going to sort of match it. So what did I say? Russet is the darker colour, and the, maybe we'll go for golden ochre as well and mix them together. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to bring the out. No, I'm not. I'm not going to do that. Right, I'll start again. Yeah, that's true, May. Okay, so I'm going to get the golden ochre first, just into the middle part. So I'm going to go in the middle with that. I'm going to zoom you in. So just into the middle and the top. Can you see where I've kind of laid that down? And then I'm going to put the patterns on him like she has as well. So in the middle, I'm going to go for, that's the golden ochre, and the golden ochre is 033. Then the russet, I'm only going to drop in some of this colour, and he's got like little cheeks as well. And again, I'm going to go around this part, drop in some lights and cheeks around the edge, and the same with the body. I'm kind of going to go inside. Can you all see what I'm doing? I need to come down a bit. So if I zoom in too much, it goes blurry, so just bear with me. Okay. Right, so let me stop the shaking. Right, you're all good with the view. So just like around the edging here, I don't want that to fall. Hold on. Okay, so just like with the edging, I'm sort of going in there and underneath him as well. And then lightly. So the edge will be, oh my goodness, sorry guys. There we go. I'm trying not to touch the chair. Hold on. Right, just bear with me because I haven't got this. I've not got, there we go. I've not got this at all balanced. Just bear with me, everyone. There we go. I had to balance you, otherwise you'll go on the floor. It would have gone on the floor. Oh, and then you'd be on the floor wondering where the hell you are, like a drunk night. Right, that's better. Right, so now I'm going in with the russet, and it's just literally around the edging. Then I'm going to... Hiya, Roxy. How are you? You finally caught me live. Oh, bless you. Well, thank you for coming. So I am in Forest Scale 2 and I'm using Supracolours, and I'm trying to do it so that it doesn't flash out. So now with this russet colour, I'm going to go to that first and I'm going to try and wipe off as I go along, but I want to bring that ochre colour into it. So I'm going to work both ways from inward to out, but I want to drag some of that in as well. So it's like a mixture. I'm kind of going between the two. So I want his little cheeks to show, but I want to bring that little yellow ochre through as well, the golden ochre. So he's got like a little cheeks. I'm trying to do it so you can see it, and I can always add more colour if I need to. Hi, Debs. Long time no see. How you doing? Debs, we're in Forest Scale 2 and we're trying to do this. So we're in both. We're between two. We're kind of looking at how this little doggy looks. So again, I'm going to bring that russet, wipe off as I go along. Just kind of stick with that and see how we can sort of approach it. Bear with me, everyone. So we're using the russet to sort of shade in, but we want the yellow ochre as the sort of main, not the yellow ochre, golden ochre as the main colour. So we're sort of dragging that down. We're using the Supracolours first. If we want to go in with any detailing with pencils, we can, or we can use the Supracolours dry when it's all dry on top. So just underneath there as well. So I'm just using that dab technique where you kind of just dab it off as you go along. So we're using between the two and trying to replicate it. Thank you, Clinton. Thank you, Amberly. All right, so very lightly because I don't want to peel the paper, but this bit's dry on mine, so I'm just going in a bit more with my golden ochre. That bit was not wet, so I can drag that in. And the same here, I haven't wet that part yet, so just going to put my... Don't do that on wet paper, it's just that I haven't got wet paper on that bit, so I'm just dragging that colour in. Okay. So with these little cheeks, it needs a little bit more pigment. So I'm going to grab some of the russet, and I'm going to go just to the edge of the pencil there. I'm literally just going to bring that over, like two little rosy cheeks. So just like it really is, just the touch of it. You're just touching slightly the pencil. So I want him to kind of look the same, but not you know, are you finished? Well done. Okay, so his little paw there, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that sort of not as bright. Okay, yep. So I'm going to get some more of that golden ochre, and I'm going to dab that in. Then more of the russet again around the edge. I'm just going to wipe it off as I go along. So just, it's sort of looking more or less the same, isn't it? Okay. No, you can use any. You can use any pencil. I'm just using watercolors because I wanted to use the effect. So now I'm going to get the I'm going to get a black. Where's my black? I'm going to get hold on. No, you can use any. It's just that I wanted to do the watercolors because it can replicate the background. So we'll see what we can do here. I'm just going to stick those back in a minute, and then we're going to grab the, I need a brown, so I'm going to go for brown ochre and umber. And I want to give him little spots. So I've got brown ochre 037 and umber 049. So I'm going to go for, on this little antler here, this is brown ochre. I'm just going to put that in. You don't have to be neat about this because your pencil is going to do it. And at the very tops of them, just the top, I'm just touching that umber, not much. It's like a touch. And then you can kind of drag that down. So drag the ochre down first and then your umber into the tops only. Just to replicate what you've got going on the other side. And then just drag that colour as you want it. So we're going to do the ears as well, but it kind of just matches. So if you come over here, you got that sort of look, and then we kind of replicated it on that side. So he needs to dry a bit before I add anything in, and you can go in with your detailing with your black fine liner, which we're going to do. So I just use, you can use any, but I use I've got the Copic one. It's a Copic multi-liner pen. It's in 0.3. Hi Debbie, how you doing? Thank you very much. So I'm just going to dry that off ever so slightly, and then we're just going to do the details on him, and then we can move on a little bit and do something else, and then see how much more I can get done, what's tolerable for me, and then we can, yeah, we've got quite a bit done today, really. I mean, we've had a play, haven't we? And that's the main thing. Okay, so bear with me, everyone. Hi, Till. Okay, so that's our, just bear with me, I'm just going to stick a lamp on because it's getting dark. Right, these ones. Okay. Fine. Right, you can put that in there for me. Right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was just putting some lamps on in the rest of the house because it's quite it's getting quite dark earlier now. By the end of the month, it's dark super early. So I'm back now. Okay, so I'm going to get my black fine liner. Just going to have a sip of Ribena. I'm so glad you bought Serene. You'll enjoy it. You really will. Okay, So these little, sorry about that. I couldn't see a thing when I come away from this giant light that I've got. I don't know if has anyone seen, I got it with hold on, I got it with Super Chat money. Hold on, I'll show you. So I've got like this is where I'm sort of sitting now. Oh, there you go. And I've got this giant sort of studio light. I call it a space light. Can you see that? So I've got this daylight lamp, but I'm going to get another one to go the other side as well. We need proper light in here, guys. You know, it's a stream. And I've got this giant sort of studio light, which lights you all up. And that's where I kind of sit. But it's, you step away from it and everything else seems dark. Okay, so I've got this Copic fine liner. I'm going to go in 0.3 multi-liner. I'm going to go in on his ears because I want to make him pop now. And then I'm going to give his little tail. You've got to be a bit careful. You've got to make sure it's all dry, otherwise you're just going to just run. But I'm going to sort of put his details in now. It is a big light. It lights you all up. It lights you all up. Okay. So I'm just going to fill this in. You've got to be quite, you know, careful on this bit that you don't, because it's black and you can't sort of go back from that. But I want to make him stand out. So his little ears, his nose, his little eyes. And then make sure that his tail is filled in. I'm going to put a little bit of length on that. Can you see that? Kind of just makes him pop a bit more so that he's not sort of looking dull. I want him to stand out. He's a little doggy. Okay. So like he's sort of, that pops a bit more, doesn't it? It is a huge light. I haven't tried one of those, Faithful. Have you got one of those? I was thinking about, I'm going to get another one just to make sure that the lighting is like spot on. But I was thinking about one of those ring lights. I'm lit up over the corner here. Hi, Amanda. Okay, so he's got his little things, you know, his little details. I'm going to get brown onto him now. So on this side, she's got these little brown markings on his back. So I'm kind of going to go for that look on his back here, but I'm not going to do it in watercolour. It's going to be in pencil. It could be in a watercolour pencil, but just not adding water to it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to get chocolate in the Prismas for this, to be fair. Chip, can you please leave her alone? Sorry, everyone. Chip is being annoying to Tilly. So I'm going to get chocolate in a Prisma. And I'm just going to add just some like round, just some, if it shows up. Chip, can you please leave her alone? Come on, come away from her. Okay, so I'm just adding these tiny little half semicircles on his back for details. Tilly, tell him you don't want him. And I'm just going to go over a tiny bit of shading under his antler. Chip, can you leave her? So just this little detailing in his body, just tiny little details. Hold on, let me just go and get him because he's winding Tilly up. 2 seconds. Chip, come away from her. She's not a toy. Take care, Louise. Come on, away from her, please. Tilly, you've got to stand up for yourself, little girl. Come on, you, out of that corner. No, you don't do that. It's not fun. I've told you these things. I've told you many, many times. You can't be doing that. It's not fair. She doesn't want you, unfortunately for you. Take care of me. Right, sit in your bed and stop your nonsense. She doesn't need you to pester her. Okay, I'm back, come back, come back. Chip, please leave her. Otherwise I'll tell everyone on the stream that you're being naughty and you'll be taken away. Okay, so just need that a little bit sharper. Okay, so in this little dog, just with my chocolate Prisma, just because I like the chocolate Prisma a lot, it's a nice colour. I use it, as you can see, it's small now. Oh my God, he's back in that corner. Here. Where's Andrew? So he starts as soon as I've been on for a bit. Because Andrew's gone in the shower, you know, no one's here to babysit him. So he can like, I can do what I want. This is great. I know. I'm telling you, Dionia, they are seriously like it at times. And then you look at them and you're like, dear Lord, can you sort yourself out? Okay, so just with my Prisma chocolate, which is PC1082. He is like a child. I'm not even kidding you. He really is. Okay, I'm just going underneath. And in these little bits here, I'm just going to give it a little bit of shading. So, yeah, I quite like his little... No, that is mostly watercolour. We've just added a bit of detail in. So it can change it up when we add detail. I think we're going to just put the base down on her dress. Her dress is quite dark, so I'm going to go for like an indigo and another blue. But it kind of looks... Oh, I'm going to put that down. It kind of looks the same in terms of colours. You know, we've kind of matched it. It's not going to be like, is it? All right, Linda, I'll have a look after the stream. Yeah, I've kind of matched it like for like, which is, you know, what we were looking for. But this here, I'm going to go for a base on it, and then I'm going to stop the stream there. Even though I could probably go on a bit longer, but Chip is going to just be a little nightmare. What's the time? 6:30. I could go on a bit longer. I'm not in a rush, but you know, I know you've all got lives. Okay, so I'm going to stick that back in. Now I'm going to go for blues and oh, I'll do that again. Jesus, 4:30 in the morning. Oh, crazy. Okay, so let's look at the blues. So we've got the indigo, which is a nice dark blue. And then we're looking at sort of the Prussian blue as well. And then her scarf is green. So I'm going to grab the indigo. Let's just have a look. I'm going to grab the indigo blue and the Prussian blue. That's dedication, Linda. Dedication. Oh, where did I put? Where is it? It's hiding from me, everyone. It's hiding. Where is blue? Where's indigo? Why can you never see something that's probably right in front of my eyes? I'm looking for the indigo. No, don't want night blue. That's royal blue. There it is. It's right in front of me. Is that indigo? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm going to shake it for a second. Oh, there we go. Right. So, yeah, it's there. Okay, so as you can see here, look, if it doesn't like go all blurry, it's got like a really deep blue, these parts, and then underneath is like a lighter blue, but I'm thinking along the lines of these, so we can always mix it up if we need to. So again, we've got our palette if we need it, because we can always add like darker. So to that indigo, we could put a little bit of the black. if we need to. So like at the side, I'm just going to make it ready. This is ivory black, so you only need a little bit. And then the indigo blue. And then if we really, really need to, like at the side, we can make this up as our shadow. It can be our shadow, you know, colour for our shadows, dropping in our shadows. So we've got that made up at the side if we need to add in. That has got a blue to it, but it's super dark. So we can make that up at the side. So we're going to grab now our indigo, and I'm going to go just straight on in there, not too heavy on the pressure on the underneath of her dress to start with. And I'm going to get the pleats as well, and the underneath of the scarf pleats and the outer part of her dress. And the same with this little fella here. You've got a little squirrel on her. So he's looking quite cool with his arms crossed. I'm going to go underneath him as well and down into those areas. Thank you so much, Robin, sweetie. Thank you very much. Hope you're feeling a bit better. Okay, so just going to bring some of that in. And with her like arms here, I can add detailing in if I want to with a Posca. So I'm going to bring the extra dark there and the extra dark at the top. And the same on this side. I'm just going to bring the extra dark round. And then I'm going to bring in the Prussian blue, which is next. Thanks, Mum. The Prussian blue, which is this colour, which I'm going to then drag in. I don't want too much of this because I want to see where I am with it, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I can sort of look at where I would need more colour and go from there. So kind of bring that in. So it's two blues together. Thank you, Tiana. Yeah, I've sped up a little bit, I must admit. Before I used to stream, I was so slow. It would take me a month to do a picture. Now I have to speed that sort of. Oh, I can't be sitting here for a month with you. You're going to think I'm mad. You're going to be like, Sam, what the hell's going on? We're still here with you on this same picture. I have to speed up a bit now to what I used to do. So pictures don't take me as long, but oh my Lord, I used to be so slow. So I have sped myself up for the sake of the channel. So that you know, it's entertaining for you. I've got to think about you guys. I can't be sitting here at my snail's pace because I used to be very, very, very bad with my little snail pace. And that's fine in your own time, you know. But it won't be that entertaining for you if I'm sitting here for hours on end with the same thing. You're going to think, oh my Lord, she's still there. And I would be like, I'm so sorry. Nice, cute, isn't he? Thank you. Okay, so now I'm going to get my, oh crap. Now I'm going to get my water brush and I'm going to start. I don't want it too saturated. So I'm going to bring that in. Then it goes to the other blue as well, don't forget. So we've got two blues going on. So let's zoom you in a bit. I can't, well, let me finish this bit first, otherwise it will dry and it sets. Okay, so dark. Drag down, and we can always add detailing in on dry pencil as well, you know. This isn't final, this is our base. Has anyone here tried the jet? No, I haven't. Frances has, colouring F. She has. I don't know if she's still around. Yeah, she does. She does a marathon, Miss Dee Dee, doesn't she? They're great. I wish I could do them. My back just doesn't allow it, unfortunately. Otherwise, I sit for hours with you all. And I'd do a marathon day with you guys, but I just don't think my back would physically. It might do it on the day, but I would be in bed the next day, not able to move. So I don't think it would be a clever idea for me to do it. Unless I'm stronger and I've got, you know, a better sort of just long, you know, where you sort of can do it, your sort of resistance to stuff is better. So we'll see one day, maybe. Maybe I'll be able to. I might surprise you all. I might be like, yeah, let's do it. And then I'll suffer the consequences after. But sometimes it's just not wise for me to. Okay, so we need a bit of water on this. So I'm going to bring some of that up and in actually, because it needs to be a little bit more saturated. So this is my lighter part. I am going to go over this, I think, with a another round or another coat, but I don't want to just muck around too much of it at the moment because it's just your first lay down, it's your first coat of it. That's quite watery, so I don't want to oversaturate that. These little bits I'm going to do with Poscas, you know, these little tiny details in there. I'm going to do Posca detailing in that because I've got Poscas in red and I'm going to do the little red berries in that. It does. It looks so different with the water, and it will look again a little bit more different with you know, when it's all sort of dry. You've got to remember that. You've got to bear that in mind as well. When it dries different to what it looks like wet. And then, you know, when we go in with even more detail, it's going to look different again. So it all adds up. So that's the thing, you know, you have to kind of think how the first lay down isn't necessarily how the final result's going to be. And I think a lot of people are sort of heading into any water medium. You just have to bear that in mind. It's not what it's going to look like at the end. It's going to look totally different. So that's a bit lighter to hers, which is fine because I'm not getting it exact. I can have my own version. Now, this dark, we've made up this dark blue. And we can add that as shadows under and sort of drop that in type thing so that we don't have to do that too much with a pencil after. So we've made that up with some ivory black and indigo blue, and I'm adding that into the detail of the dress. But again, my brush is not saturated so that I don't peel the page. So I'm adding as I go in and it will start darkening it up. Thank you so much, everyone. So it's just practice, isn't it? And you'll get there. I mean, I'm not an expert at all, and I'm not overly like confident in water medium myself. I'm learning as I go along. So it's just a matter of that. So don't be disheartened the first time round if it doesn't go right. Just play around with it. Have a tester page. Have a book that you have as a tester book, like I have. You know, like have a go with things. If you can just dive on in there and not worry, but you know, if you do worry, then you can do it that way first. Take care, Dionia. Have a good day. Let me look up because I haven't read chat in a while. Yeah, colouring. Have you not got a little set or anything to try? Right, back to my ivory black and then my indigo blue. I love my palette so blooming much. So much. Oh my God, I love it. Okay. So we've got this again. We've got some more of that dark pigment. So we can drop some in there again. You know, just be careful and be wary of your paper. That's the only thing. You don't want to overdo it. So just play around, add pigment in, take pigment out. You know, see how you get on. Just sort of playing. Sorry about not being in chat, everyone. It's on your evergreen list. Yeah, I must admit, look, I've missed a bit in the middle, but that's fine because we can go back in there, can't we? So we're underneath the squirrel with this dark indigo mix that I've made. I'm going to bring some of that pigment in here as well, look, because I've missed some out. So I'm going to drag some of that pigment down. Same with this. I'm going to bring that round as well and in here. Don't forget all the little details that you've got. You can add in with pens, Poscas. You can add them in after. You can reintroduce. So I'm going to bring some of that round here and drag that in. So just having a play, really. I don't want to oversaturate the page, but the paper is doing remarkable. It really is. It's doing so well with watercolours. So now we're kind of, see that? It's doing so well. Hi, Victoria. I was going to message you after the stream. I finished it, but I didn't do a background. I didn't think to do one really. I was quite happy with it. So I will message you. I will PM you it, and you can post them together. I did finish it. So we're doing Forest Scale. So what we're doing, Victoria, we're using the Supras that you love. So we're doing this one, but I'm just changing it up slightly with the dress. I'm not doing it as dark. So this is all Supracolours, Victoria, because I know you love them. Oh, bless you. You love your Supras. So this set, guys, don't forget the Supracolours, just out of like, if anyone's interested, they have the 120 set, which is what I've got. They've also got a 30 set of limited edition colours. So if you buy that 160, this is my plan as well. If you buy the 160 case, you can add the 30 set in as well at a later date when you buy them. So that was the reasoning to why I got a 160 case, because there's, in actual fact, there is a 30 set additional that they brought out as their anniversary set. So that was the plan. You know, I love these Supracolours, and you, as I said, you can use them wet or dry. And if you buy a bigger case, instead of buying a 120 case, you buy a 150 or a 160 case, you can add in the limited edition set. So you've got room for both to be all together in your case. So that's the plan. That's the plan. I was going to, you know, add that in at a later date, and then I've got them all in one place where I don't have to have them in separate tins or separate cases, so you know. Roxy, thanks. I'm more tempted to buy them now. Which ones are you tempted to buy, Roxy? Thank you, Roxy. Oh, you're doing your Halloweens with your Supras. They're beautiful to use, aren't they? Yeah. Oh, there's more in there as well, Faithful. So you can buy them separately and add them in, can't you? But it works out cheaper to get the 30 set instead of buying, you know, them set. I don't think you can buy the additional colours other than in the 30 set. I'm pretty sure you can't. So I'm going to add those in, and then I can put them all in the same, you know, in the same one. So that dress for me at the moment, apart from the collar, which I'm going to do in this dark colour here. So up here we're gonna, it just makes sense to me to get a bigger case so that I can accommodate the entire lot. Oh, the Artesian watercolours. I've not tried them, I must admit. Artesians, I've only got the pencils recently to try, and I really do like them. The limited edition has, yeah, see, that's particularly why I wanted to get those ones, Victoria, because you know me, I love the faces and stuff, so it seems like a right blast to do that. So that's the plan. You got the additionals, didn't you? Okay, so I'm just also about knocking the camera. I've made it shake. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, I definitely will. 100% I will definitely get them. Okay, so I'm just adding that in. Now, I'm going to let that dry. I'm going to do her little shoes at the tops in this dark mix that I've done. But I'm also going to add down this Prussian blue in 159. So don't forget, the mix is ivory black and indigo. And then I'm going to just put a little bit of the Prussian blue in at the far corners of her boots. And then I'm going to add the darker mix that I've made in. So I'm going to add that in first and mix that up and outwards. So work your way from in to out, sort of like that. So I've been speaking so much, I've actually got a dry throat. But we're kind of liking how it's going. I'm having a great time in this book. Faithful, I've not got the limited 30th anniversary edition yet. I haven't got them from the limited set yet, but I will do, and when I do, I'll let you know. But Victoria might have a couple of favourite colours. Okay, so wipe off and drag. The Supras are so nice to use. If anyone wants to start off with a smaller set of them because you're not quite sure if you'll like them, they are beautiful, but they are expensive. So, you know, you've got to be thinking wisely. Is it something that I want to invest in? Okay, so I'm going to get this colour here. So this one here, yeah. Thank you, Pickle. So I'm going to grab that pigment and I'm going to go around the edge and drop it in so it goes like darker. Now I want to darken that up even more and add a tiny bit more. Can you see that under there? That's the ivory black. So I'm just going to add a bit more pigment of that in and add that into this round. So I want to add the underneath of the boot. And this is the indigo blue and the ivory black. So on the tops of them, oops, I'm wiping it on my, oh, there's something wrong with me. Oh my goodness, Desiree. Have you literally been awake 48 hours? I'm not sure, Faithful. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I unhauled these ones as a gift, Miss Melody, and she sent the Supras. Bless her. She sent this 120 set. But no, I haven't got those ones. I'm not sure who has them, the limited ones. I'll have to have a look. I'm not sure who bought them. Colour Claire, maybe? Yeah. Oh, my Lord, Desiree, you need sleep. Okay. So I'm adding in that colour there. So her little shoes match her dress to me. Although it doesn't on that one, but I want it as that. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? Sometimes you do just want to dive in and have that full set syndrome where you've got to have the full set. Yeah, I think it might have been Colour with Claire. Okay, so see, this is not quite dry. So I'm just going to quickly run that. We're going to do the detailing on the dress and then we'll call it a day on that bit. As I said, I could go a little bit longer, to be fair. Just bear with me. No. It does, Amanda, it does. In the long run, it does. Not that I'm encouraging it, but it does. Okay, so we're going to come back in. I've just tried that with the dryer. So we're going to light it up a bit better. Okay, so now you can use these dry. You can use them dry. You don't have to go, you don't have to just use them wet. You can use them dry, and I'm going to show you now. So I'm going to go with the indigo, and I'm just going to go a little bit in. You can use them without, you know, just going in with detail here. So this is the indigo blue, which is 139, and you can shade out a bit. You know, you don't have to just use them wet. They are absolutely fantastic dry as well. They're a multi-purpose, multitasking pencil. I absolutely adore these. They are fantastic. They fade out. They do all the stuff that a pencil should do. And then I've got the Prussian blue. So make sure your paper is super dry for this. You can't just dive on in there unless it's dry because you'll end up peeling your paper. So you're sort of just blending that out a bit. Just to sort of add the detailing in. Victoria, the paper's brilliant. I mean, there is a slight buckle because I have used a lot of water, but not really. Not massively. I don't mind that because they're single-sided anyway. There is a slight buckle, but if you don't mind that, I mean, you got to expect that. You know, they are They are being rigorously tested with water here. So there is slight, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to go with my ivory black now. I'm just going to shadow underneath her scarf. And then we're going to get some little detailing on her dress. So I'm just going to reapply those lines and go underneath her sort of sleeve here, add some in here. Thank you for those of you that have stuck this out with me. I know I'm aware that I've been on a while, but I've really got into this watercolour stuff on here. I've really got into it. I know we're here a while. And I think another sitting, I think we could do part 2 and get it done, you know. I won't be around Thursday. For those of you that normally come to me on a Thursday, if I come on the occasional Thursday, I won't be here this Thursday because it's Mum's 60th birthday. So I will not be around this Thursday. Thanks, Charlotte. I'm glad you all do. Hi, unicorn. I know, Faithful, it doesn't go down much, Caran d'Ache products, do they? They don't budge on their prices. It's like the Derwent Lightfast. I've been waiting and waiting for them to go down in price. And although they've budged a little bit, they're not budging either. And you're like, oh, come on, guys, you budge those prices down. It's too much. Because you know that those things are going to go down at some point. But how long you got to wait for it, you don't know. You know, that's the part. Okay, so now I'm just between indigo blue now. And I'm just tidying up some of that I haven't, like, I've missed. Not all of it. And then in this middle bit here, can you see where that light area is? I want to go in with the Prussian blue. So I'm going to just reapply with water here. I don't, you know, I want to go in with the water. So I'm just going to add this back in a bit. So that it blends. There we go. So that's it. It's like an even blend, isn't it? That is a good shopping partner. You would make me see sense. Okay, so then on this part here at the top, you've got her little collar here. I'm just gonna, this is with a Posca, a very fine Posca. So that's my arm. I'm gonna just go around the edge. So just these little details, not much. I've got to be mindful that bit's still wet. So I think on her at the top, around her collar, I'm just going to give her a little like polka dot around the collar. Not much, just a little bit. So like, I don't know if you can see, it's a little detail. And then on her shoes here, because they're dry, I'm going to add just around the tops of them while I'm waiting for the middle bit to dry a bit. And get my black only, ivory black, and I'm just going to shade a little bit underneath and add in on the shoe. So just that it's got a little bit of detail in. Can you see that? So far, we've kind of brought her to life a bit. Like, we're bringing her, we're not that far really, are we? You know, it looks like, oh, didn't mean to do that, sorry. We're kind of getting there. We've brought the little doggy to life. He's got his little pattern now. We're bringing her to life, but we've got to put some pattern on her dress. But I'm going to get my Poscas for that because I don't want a white Posca. I'm going to get my other Poscas. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and show you. Hold on, Andrew, please. So I'm going to get my big tub of Posca. Give me 2 seconds. You have to put the lights on, Andrew. It's dark a bit. There you go. Yeah, but it's so cute. I don't want it on my page. I've just wiped it. It's fine. Right. Right, let me just dry that off a bit and then we'll put some detailing on her dress. 2 seconds. Thank you, Amanda. Right. Right. Here we go. Okay. So we're back. So I'm going to bring that out so you can see. I have to get in this little space that I leave myself to cramp into. Right, I'm going to bring you up. Hold on, guys. There we go. So I've got, let me show you. I've got all these Poscas in here. So I keep them in this tub. And, oh, I don't want to have, I want like, she's got pink on hers. So I'm going to use like a deep or a red or a, I'm thinking like these types of colours rather than a pink. Or I've got this pink, which is, this one's fuchsia. So I could do pink, but she's got a light baby pink on her, which is, I need to look for it, which is this one. So maybe I can go with that because it's a thinner one. So on hers, I don't know if it's clear. It's clearer when I like zoom out. Yeah, there's so many Poscas. Okay, so like on her dress, on this side, she's got these like dots. I don't want to do dots, or maybe I do. Oh, there's loads. Do you want me to quickly go through the Posca colours after? Let me do her dress and I'll take you through Poscas. There's so many. I'll be here forever. So I'll show you. Okay, so on her dress, I'm just going to do that. She's got squares. So I'm going to kind of stick with going along this sort of pattern of it. Yeah, I've done a Posca stream, Faithful, but I'll go through the colours that you can get. So she's got these she's got these little squares all over. So I'm going to kind of go with that and keep with that pattern. So, oops, let me make sure I don't. So you got to get a good shake on this. So you kind of keep with the pattern. I know there's so many Poscas. I love my Poscas. I use them all the time. Right. So over here, I'm gonna come. I use them all the time. I'm not even kidding you. They are one of my essentials, and I always, you know, say I can't big them up enough. They are amazing to have. I've got particular favourites apart from your white. Forget your white. Your white and black are standard. You know, they're a standard one to have. I'm not going to say they are my favourites. They are. The white's my favourite, but they are a standard thing. So yeah, we're going to kind of go with that kind of look, you know, that we've got on. She's got it on that side, so we're doing it on that side as well, and keep with the patterns. I don't know if you can see it on that side, but hey ho, we'll give it a go. I'm trying to look for it. Okay, there's loads of colours in Poscas, and you don't need them all, but I mean, I've got a good few. I don't want the glitter ones. I had them and I didn't like them. They are not very sparkly at all. They're more metallic, in my opinion. The Pentel hybrids, however, are now my top favourite for sparkle, apart from the At You Spicker pens, the Copic At You Spicker. They're amazing for glitter. So if you're looking for glitter, I'd recommend so many others over that. Okay, so like that, that's kind of what I'm going to do it on her sleeves as well. So we're going to have these little tiny details. The details are what make things, aren't they? Like, you know, it really does make it. So what else have we got? That goes down the arms. We're going to do a few more. There we go. And then I think that's like sort of all I wanted to do on that dress. I don't want to overdo it. Although you can, hold on, with my box. I've got a dark blue. Yeah, I got a dark blue one as well. So make sure that, oops, don't leave the page, Sam. Hold on. You have to make sure you give them a good shake. Okay, so this one is dark blue. Well, it's blue. It's dark blue. You've got a tiny, you know, light blue, or you've got dark. So I'm going to go for a dark blue edge. You've got to be careful with these because they can overrun. So I'm just going to go for the Posca. This is blue. And then I'm going to just add that onto her sleeve, on the cuff and on the little one there. So I think that's pretty much sort of what I'm looking to do. And then you can, if you want to, we can add a little beaded line above those pink squares, which I quite like. So I'm going to do that. There we go. And that is her dress so far. So I'm going to leave that part one there. I'm going to show you the Poscas now quickly and show you what's available, and then come back on Saturday. If I can get an extra stream in, I will. But I won't be around Thursday. As I said, it's Mum's 60th. So that is kind of, it's done a different blue. I can't replicate that blue unless I went really dark, but I wanted to do a lighter blue. So I'm going to go with more details and stuff on the next stream. We can finish her up, but that was part one of this one. So I'll put that aside, and then I'll quickly show you Poscas then. Thank you. Okay, Miss Faithful, I'm going to bring you up even more. The state of my desk, honestly. Okay, so I just store them in here, and I'm sure there's a couple more floating around somewhere. As in all my pencil cases, there are other pens floating around, as you do. So I've got, in this box, I've got the pack, I think it's a set A of the Copic Spicker pens at Spicker. These are like a glitter gel pen. As you can see, they're just like a thin, round, look like nothing, absolutely amazing. Then I've just got some odds. These are my odds. I'll show you my box. I've got a few boxes. This has Jelly Roll, glazed Jelly Roll white and glazed black, which is great. And then a couple of the Uniball Signos. And then I found my Uniball Signo. You know, I was looking for this the other day. There it is. And then we've got Poscas. Okay, so I've got some cheap, these are highlighters, but they're not, they're more pastel. So if you bear with me, I will show you the types that you can get and the thicknesses. As I said, there is more floating around somewhere, but they're in pencil cases, and I'd have to try and locate them and dig them out. Oh, hold on, guys. Okay, so I'll show you. There isn't a box standard few. There is a lot, and there's different thicknesses. Yes, I have a problem, before anyone wonders. I know. I've got a problem. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to point it out. I know this. Okay. Take care, Charlotte. Have a good day. Thank you so much for sticking it out. Whoops, there we go. Okay, so these are Poscas. Good old Poscas. Bye, May. Take care. Okay. So, Faithful, question is, how many are there? What's going on? How many do I need to look at? Truth is, it's quite endless. I did do a whole Posca stream, but I'll quickly go over them for you. So there are different thicknesses, and I have actually swatched these out so I can show you what they look like as well. you've got thin 1M. They've put down as PC1M, and they're like a thinner nib. They're like a bullet tip but thin nib. Then you go up a size, and this is a 3M, so it's slightly thicker in sizing, but it's still, wait, it needs to adjust. Okay, so it's slightly, why is my hand going like a ghost? I'm not a ghost. I know, I have a problem. And I don't even care. So it's slightly thicker, but not much. And if it would play ball, then there we go. So it's almost the same. I need to put something behind it. I don't know if that will white it out. I need something dark. Anyway, because my hand seems to be just pale. And then you can go up and size more and go to 5. This is thicker. So as opposed to your thin nibs, they are a lot thicker. You see, it's a lot thicker. And there's all different ones. And then you can go even thicker. You've got 8, and you've got, this is the 8, and that is super thick. And that is a huge chisel tip. And I bought this for massive backgrounds. You can see how thick that chisel tip is. It's huge. You don't really need that. I just needed that for a particular project that I had, and I've only got the one in black. But they come in a range of different colours. So you've got the bog standard set, which comes with, from Japan, I got this one. So this comes in these colours I'm going to show you now. That's it. That's the bog standard set from Japan, which has got orange, yellow, purple, white, blue, pink, green and black. And that is a bog standard, and they are a 1M tip. I would recommend, for a background, they can be they like peel the paper if you do too much pickle. So I wouldn't really recommend them for backgrounds as such, unless you're going to do a huge one and you got like a lot of big space. But you can wait it out and do it with a 5M, but just you're going to have to keep wiping the end, because what it does when you keep going, because they're a fabric bullet, they end up peeling your paper if you go too hard and vigorous. So you've got to be very careful, and you have to keep wiping it off. So that is your bog standard set of colours that you get from Japan in a set together, which is this set. Then you get lots of singles that you can buy. Now, there are so many colours, so I'll go through them. You've got gold, you've got beige, and you've got whites in different sizes. You have metallic, so metallic blue. You've got fuchsia, you've got dark red, you've got dark brown, you've got pastel green, and all these different colours that you can get on the market. Hiya, Sky, there's so many. I've been here for ages, so sorry, Sky. So you've got all these different ones. Now, I did swatch them out to show people in case you wanted to know. So I'll show you now. So these are the colours here that I have got. So you've got coral pink, and that's in a thicker nib, you can see. So let me try and bring that. So this is coral pink, and that's 5. So see that line? It's still thin, but it's not tiny thin. The 1 is very thin, and the 0.7 is even more so. The 3 and 5 are going up a little size, but they're still not thick. So that's coral pink, aqua green, slate grey, light pink, silver. Straw yellow is a nice yellow because it's not a really vibrant, like bright yellow. The bright yellow is really lemon-like. So you got the Japanese yellow. It's more like a lemon, whereas that's more like a straw, like a banana. It's nice. Then you've got light orange, bronze, and light green. This lot here are particular favourites of mine. So then I've got this lot on this page, which I quite like as well, barring the yellow. I'm not keen on the yellow. So we've got violet, white. I've got a is it 5? Oh, well, 5M. I've got a thicker one in white as well because I use white for everything. The gold is really shiny. It's nice metallic gold. It's super, super nice. Lilac is nice, but it's sort of resembling violet to me. They're not far off in colour. Bye, Mum. Light blue I like as well, but I like the mid-light blue as well. So there's 2. Then you've got yellow, beige, khaki green. The reason I wrote Japanese is because they're from my Japanese set. Then you've got the standard colours, the black, the pink, the green, and the dark blue and the light blue and the orange. And they're all in the Japanese set. So they're your bog standard ones. Ivory is a really nice colour. As you can see, it's like off-white. Lovely. Love it. So many things you can do. And then you've got light pink, which is more of a pastel pink. The red is like the bog standard one that you get in the Japanese pack, and so is the brown. You got the white. Metallic red is shiny. I don't know if you can see that. It's got a shine. And then light green. And yeah, that's it. That's the ones that I've got in particular. I think I've swatched them all out. Have I? Yeah. So if there's any more that I need to add, then I will do and I'll show you. These are acrylic paint. They are an acrylic paint pen. They're not water or oil. They're acrylic paint. So that once they're dry, they are a paint pen. They are like painting. So all the aspects that you can do with an acrylic paint, you can do with an acrylic paint pen, except it's in pen form. You can put some on a palette, you can mix it, you can do all the stuff that you would with paint. So there's so many different types. You can get so many chisel nib. You can get a chisel nib like these, which are super thick, or you can get thinner nibs. This one is a 3. Can you see the difference? They are hugely different. And as I said, they have got like, I don't know if you can see on the top, but they've got this like bit that does come off, and they are a paint pen. So just paint. So yeah, they're versatile. I use them for so many things. If you head on over to my Posca stream, I did a whole section on it, and it shows you all the aspects of how you can use these and how the uses can come in handy for you, and all the different things that you can do for them in the books. So there's so many different aspects to using a Posca. That's okay. Thank you, Pickle, for joining all this time. Have a good day. Take care. So there's so many things, but honestly, if you want my opinion on the not standard ones, I would go for these colours here. So the coral pink, aqua green, the slate grey is nice, light pink, silver and the gold, the straw yellow, the light orange bronze, light green. And I also think the red wine one's nice. That's a really nice colour. And ivory and beige are particular favourites of mine. Ivory and beige are so nice. So they are my personal recommendations. If anyone's watching this back and you're wondering where you want a starting point from, starting point is obviously your black and white. So if anyone wants it and you want a screenshot of it or anything, then please go ahead. So this side is where my finger is the Posca. So these are my particular favourites. And then you've got, if you want any from those, you've got those ones as well. I'll hold it for a second if anyone wants to. And then you've got this one also. So it's the last one. So yeah, they're just so versatile. And as I said, I did a Posca stream, and the first hour of the stream was Poscas, and it showed you what you can do with them. So there's so many things. And as I said, this is just a little tip of mine, is if you've got a book, do your pencil swatches, do your colour combinations in there. You know, do your pens, your like more colour combinations. You shove everything in it so that you've got it all in one book, as opposed to having it in lots of sheets of papers. So you can just grab everything, you know, and just stick it in there. Any information that you want to put in there and remember, shove it in there as well. And then I just store them. Don't store them up is my my recommendation, is to store them horizontal. So just get yourself a little box, or you can have a case. But I just put them in one of these boxes and just keep them all together. and I put everything in there so that they're all together and that I don't have them all over the place. I do have a couple in pencil cases, but for the most part they're in here. And then like you put other stuff in there as well. Like I've got my let me show you. They're all the Crayola Super Tips. Yes, I'm a big kid. I've got a frozen pencil case. So yeah, I've got them in there. And then I've also got this glittery pink pencil case, which has got, oh, I beg your pardon, there's more. I have a problem. Andrew, I've got a problem. I didn't realise I have more. Oh my, yeah, okay, I've got more. So these are the rest of them that I showed you. Oh my God. They are in that, I promise you, you've seen them, but there's more here. I didn't realise. So there was more Poscas hiding that whole time. I told you I've got a problem. So I've got white in different sizes as well. Oh dearie me, I find things I don't remember. And then these are, my mum got me these. These are a budget, so like a dollar store. We got these from a pound shop over here. And let me show you the colours of these. They were £1 for the entire lot. And this is them. And they were amazing. So if you've got like a dollar store near you or a pound shop and you just want to go and have a look at these pastel colours. I mean, come on. I mean, for an undercoat or an under, you know, if you want to, before you stick down your pencils, they are £1 for that entire set. £1. So like $1, your equivalent. They're beautiful. Look, the pastel orange is so nice, and the pastel blue and the pastel green. I mean, those three in particular are amazing. You can get a bargain. So like Bargain Hunt. Faithful, you'll like that one. That's Bargain Hunt. So they were those, and I obviously had more Poscas in there than what I thought. So there you go. I've got a pencil case of them as well, but I've shown you the colours of them. They're in that swatch, so they're not additional to. They're in amongst that. And then if you've got anything else you want to stick in your box, I mean, I've got some spare. I'm going to get a box just for all of this stuff, but I've got some more of the soft applicator and the covers for the pastels, which we're going to be doing Saturday anyway. So I just pop them in there, but I'm going to get a little box for all of my pastel stuff anyway, so that I've got it all together, because I don't like having things. So I just literally keep it in one of those. But I can show you my other. Do you want to quickly see while I'm here? I'll quickly show you how to like store all your stuff as well in your boxes. I've got another 2 boxes, and yes, I probably don't know what's in them. Oh, and then I'm gonna go. So I'm really trailing off here. Okay, so these are my other 2 boxes, and these are a lot smaller. So I've got like these here, and they're just mini ones, and I keep them in the cupboard, my art cupboard. And I've got one where I keep like Sharpies and all of those. So, you know, sometimes you get Sharpies and they're huge packs. So it's just one of these like clip containers. These are great. I don't know if anyone's seen these. These are Artline multi-pen. They're called Artline pens. And the good thing with these is you can take out lines and go over them when they're dry, but they're not paint. They're like an oil. No, they're water-based. They're a water-based pen. And they work on taking out a line on your line art without being like a thick paint. So, you know, your Posca will leave like a paint, won't it? And it's quite textured. These don't. And the white one in particular, you might have to go over twice. So I could do it in my tester book. So we get something where we can take the line out. You'll have to go over twice. You can't do it on the first go. So hold on. If you're doing florals in particular and you want to take a white line out, make sure it's got the ink come down. You can take the line out, but you're going to have to go a couple of rounds. They will take it out, but you have to go a couple of rounds. So I have to go over a few times. But they do it. I mean, this one might be a bit too thick, but they do go over, and you've got to sort of dot it over. but it has to go a couple of rounds. So I've got to wait for that to dry and then go again. So give me a minute and then I'll go again. So they are art line pens. I'll show you the result of those after. Then I've just got the Staedtler Tri-Plus colours that I've kept in one sort of elastic band together. So they're the colours that you get in that pack. I think they're 20, are they 24? I can't remember. But I got those anyway. And this is this was my first ever set of pens when I started colouring. Then I've got these. These are the Stabilo Pen 68. These are great. They're a felt tip. So like a bullet tip one, and the colours of these are amazing. I haven't swatched these out, but they are, again, a water-based pen. They're great. Then we all know just the normal Staedtler Tri-Plus fine liners. They are super fine. Again, they're another great little thing to have in your collection. They are like the finest of fine tips. You can't get much finer. And again, they've got the same sort of colours as what the Staedtler felts do, but they're just a fine liner as opposed to a felt tip. And then we all know our Sharpies, don't we? We've got all our Sharpies in there. These are amazing. I'm going to get the pastel set of these. These are the Stabilo, I think they're 0.88, yeah. And I use these a lot. You see me on stream. I use my black ones for a lot of stuff. So these are just like a small pack of the colour that I got as like a tester pack. I think there's 8. But they do a pastel set as well. I try and remember it all, Mia. I'm a mind of useless information in that sense. So again, I only got a small pack, like I do with most things. Instead of diving in the deep end, I get a small pack of things just to see if it's something I'm interested in. Then you've got all your Sharpies. We know what our Sharpies are. And there's some chips. These are a spare lot of these super tips. And then they're all Sharpies. And I don't know if anyone else has used these. These are the Faber-Castell Art Pip Pens. But they are the fine. I've got a couple of the really fine ones. And I've got a couple. I never got these because I wasn't sure how to use them. But I just got the couple. I didn't know if it would be something that I would like or if it was something I'd use. And then I got a couple of, you know, those like fine liner ones. To be honest, I still need to play around with these. I just got these on Black Friday last year. Some of them are super, super fine. Some of them are brush. So it will say S for the fine tips for the tiny little fine liner ones. And then they would say B on the brush tip. Is that right? Yeah, I've not tried these really, Faithful. I got a few. I got them in Black Friday last year and I picked them up for like £3. But they've got different. So I'm guessing the S means the super fine tip and the B means brush tip. Is that right? So I've got those and I've tried them seldom, but I haven't got the hang of them yet. So I'm going to have to watch. Do you use them a lot, Faithful, on your streams? On your uploads and stuff? Because I'll have to have a look. And literally, guys, they are all Sharpie, and then I just got a couple of those Staedtler metallic markers, but they're quite thick, and then there's a thin white pen, and these are biros, and you can do quite a lot. Brush tips you can colour change when you put 2 tips together. Really, that's good to know. Also biros, if you're doing hair and you want to do fine detailing after you've put a base down, I'll show you how to do that. These come in, I use these sometimes. I will use biros. These are just the Staedtler Ball 432. So say you're doing hair and you've put a base marker down of the colour. You can then go in with your biro. You know, like when you do small, sharp strokes, you could do that. And it will do the same effect as what you would do with a pencil, except you can't erase it and blend it. So I'm just showing you what I do with this. So the art line pens, I don't know if you can see, but it has to go a couple of times. So it doesn't leave a texture, but you can start to take out, you see around that edge here, it starts to take the line out. And then when that's all dry, you go in with your pencil and it looks like a petal, but without the black line. What these ones, Desiree, these are called Art Line Multi Pen. You can use them on any surface. And they are water-based. So they're not going to go through. They're not going to bleed through. These ones, Desiree. Hi, Andrea. How are you doing? These ones. Yeah, these are just a ballpoint pen. These are Stapler Ball 432. So number 432, and they're just a biro. But when you've done your like base down, so say you've done your base. I'm going to just grab. Say we're going to get our blue. We've done our base coat of hair. I'm just going to give an example here. I'm not doing this properly. I'm just showing you what I mean, and we'll apply it in one of our pictures. We'll apply it. We'll use it. So say we've put our base of colour that we want, and then you're doing the final stroke. Grab whatever colour hair you've done. So I've done blue. Grab your blue biro. As I said, this is just my testing book. And make sure you get it going on a bit of paper. And then just like you would with your pencil, you come in with those small strokes, and it's the same upwards. And biros, you can do this because they're nice and thin, and you start to build it up like layers like that. And that's all I use them for. And I've done them on the picture before on a Hannah Lynn, and they work perfectly. So that wasn't at all you know, like a prime example. I'm just showing you the technique in which I do use them. So I just got one pack of them because I don't need millions. You know, if you do pink hair, if you do purple hair, if you do red hair, if you do brown hair, that's there. So this particular selection I didn't want just black, or I didn't want just blue. I wanted just a mixture, because you don't always just do black or blue hair or brown hair, do you? You do all different colours. So at least that has got the perfect sort of selection. And then last box, I'll show you, last box. So I keep them together in sets. I'm quite selective on that. It's got to be in sets, even when it's in a box. So instead of just throwing it all in there, I like to just keep them together in their sets, so that I know that when I go in there, I can just pick, instead of trying to find them all, I pick them out. So they're all stored very neatly in there. And then just up in there. And then last one. This is just gel pens, and I do not have these in any particular order. These are really quite cheap ones. I've got the pastels all together, so they're all pastel gel pens. I don't know if you can see the colours, but they're just a very cheap set. I don't know who makes them. They're a cheap set off eBay, Amazon. Then I've got the jelly rolls. Now they're just a mixture of jelly rolls. Anyone knows and seen about what jelly rolls are? They're a gel pen, very thick. They're just great. Then we've got these thick intensity pens, which are a fine liner. So just showing you what's out there on the market. And then you've got such a different just selection here. Hold on, guys, I'll show you. Of just glitter gel pens, and you can pick up all different types. So you've got, these were from Dev over the Modernist Colour. She just sent a pack of the Morrison's, I think they're glitter gel pens. And then these are literally just lots of gel pens. So I very rarely use gel pens, but when I do, they're there if I need them. And I've got enough for my liking of these. And then I've got another pack of those pastel highlighters because they were so cheap at £1. And then like just, you know, just stick everything in there. So you've got whatever you need, and it's just a way to stick it all into. And this whole lot was less than £20. This entire lot was less and under £20. They were cheap as chips. Honestly, they were so cheap. This whole box, and I've got these, some of them are freebies. So when you order from Cult Pens, they'll send you like a free pen or a free connector pen, or that was gifted for a birthday. That's a red one, and you know. But all of this in here, this little box here, was under £20. So I don't think that was bad. And they're there then. They're there for when I want them, and they're all sort of, you know, selected to how I would like them stored. And that is exactly how I sort of keep all my stuff together, really, in those types. And everything is in cases in a cart. You've seen my cart, and that's where the other stuff is. It's in my cart. So yeah, that's it really. So I hope that answered your question. I rabbit trailed off there massively, but this is where we were, and I hope that answered your question on what is available in Posker's. Faithful, I hope that it did. And yeah, that's where we've left off. And yeah, I probably could to a certain extent, Amanda, but I would have a hard time in parting with them because I'm like, no, I won't need them. I won't need them. You never know when you need these things. So I will definitely be back on Saturday without a doubt. I'll be here on Saturday. Saturday will be our Jasmine Gel, and we're going to be using the Pan Pastels. Hold on. So remember, on Saturday, Cozy Colouring Night's happening over at Reading with Pugs and myself. This is the picture that we're going to be doing, and we're going to be using Pan Pastels and probably Prismacolor pencils as well as the pans. So this is what we're going to be doing. If you want to colour along with me, if you want to pick something else out, absolutely put something to, you know, on that you're comfortable, get yourselves your drinks, your snacks and what have you, and then we're going to do this. I'm going to do this anyway on Saturday. So that's for Cozy Colouring Night. I won't be here this Thursday because it's Mum's 60th birthday, so I'm going to be down there. As I said, this has buckled slightly, but I don't really care about that because look, the result is coming on like it. And now it's dried. Look at the colour. It's kind of matching now. It's just I haven't bought that pigment all the way down. I've kept it within like that frame. Oh no, thank you, Deb. Thank you all. You've stuck this out. We've been here nearly 4 hours, so thank you so much. So we've got a lot done. We finished Serene and we've done this, so we've got a lot done. We have got a lot done. So this will be one more round, and then Saturday, as I said, we'll do Cozy Colouring. Thank you so much for sticking this out for all this time. I hope you've had a good time. Hope you had a good time peeking at how much I'd forgotten that I'd got. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much. I hope you had a good time. I certainly have, and I've had a great time, you know, having a go with this. Thank you. Yeah, bless your hearts. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you all have an amazing day. And for those of you that need to go to sleep, oh my God, go to sleep. You're going to really regret it otherwise. Bless your bodies. All right then. Take care, everyone. Have a good day. Bye.